This podcast discusses a range of topics and is intended for mature audiences. Adult language may be heard throughout the episode. This podcast is for private, non-commercial use. The views and opinions of the cast, the guests, do not necessarily reflect any agency, organization, or company that they work for.
Chris, how was your weekend?
I was practicing my kangaroo hops.
Your kangaroo hops? Did you see that foolishness, bro? Did you see that, though?
I'm going to be in 2028 Olympics, bro.
No, you won't.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will.
I just sent the new
I'm
link.
rooting for you.
I just sent the new link. They say it's not going to be allowed in the 2028.
Nah, we bringing it back.
That shit was ass. That shit was garbage.
Especially in LA. Hip breaking's
gonna
pretty
be in
big
LA?
out there.
The 2028?
Yeah.
So we talking about this breakdancing
Breakdancing.
Australian woman. That shit was, come on, that felt racist. You know that.
What do you mean?
Her dance.
You thought it was, what do you call it again?
She has a PhD
Cultural appropriation?
in her, what's it called?
Not in breakdancing.
It is specifically around that, like
Dude,
her
this might
rhythmic.
keep
What's it
turning.
called? It's PhD's in rhythmic something. Oh, let me look it up. She actually has a really cool name, Ray Gun or some shit like that.
Yeah, Ray Gun.
Yeah.
And came out there and did.
That's like a
stuff.
fire ass street name, you know. Ray Gun's out here.
She was fucking hopping on the
Ray
ground,
Gun's
bro.
out here to shut down the show.
Wait, what are you talking about? What happened?
Did you not see
did not
this
see.
lady?
She has better things to do with her time. Go ahead. Yeah.
So in the Olympics,
Yeah.
they introduced breakdancing for the first time.
Okay.
There was
How'd
this
they go?
Australian lady that but you know what? Let's.
The-
well, you actually
the
you
break-
pull it. You're connected to the
No,
movement.
I'm, no, I'm not. I'm not connected. I'm not supporting that. That shit was trash.
All right, let me.
So,
let me.
so the Olympics messed up because they introduced breakdancing as an Olympic event. So I don't want to say
As
sport.
sport.
Yeah.
So why is it not a sport? All right, here
If
we
the
go.
Jabberwockies is doing it, it's a sport. But if Crystal from down the road is doing it,
Okay. Yeah, it already looks a bit weird.
thank you. She had the phone for
Like-
1 second.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
no.
she was
She came
terrible.
onto the stage and I was like, no,
But I'm saying her.
I can't watch it.
So what?
Did you
what-
see anybody else?
Yeah, I did.
So
I saw
we're-
some of the real
Okay.
competitors. Yeah. But I'm saying like, she qualified for that. Like, what is the?
Yeah.
What was her
don't know.
qualifying routine? If
I don't know.
if our boy Jordan Crooks had to go swim his ass off, like how does she ends up in the
I mean,
in the thing?
Did you not see that thing about the Winter Olympian that qualified without actually being a very good what do they call the half pipe in the when the skis are going through the half? I'm pretty sure it's called a half pipe. But anyways, what she did was she entered competitions and she just did the most basic routine, just going up and down. But because she made so few mistakes, she made enough points to qualify.
Swag.
And then she
I
went there.
support
I
it.
mean, she came dead last.
Yeah.
But at least she can say she was an Olympian.
Well,
I guess it's kind of like gymnastics where they're doing like a routine and then they get judged and get points and then you qualify.
Yeah. Well, I think
smart.
in gymnastics might be a bit harder.
no, but in terms of doing the same easy thing over and over, I know I
Okay.
can only get nines. Or,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
Ice
that's
skating.
pretty smart. But this is why I lost a little respect for the Olympics this year.
In the breakdancing.
For sure in the
That way you
breakdancing.
When they brought in
And the 3-on-3 basketball.
But the break dancing is extremely popular. It's
that doesn't-
highly,
Never
it's
in
highly
my
viewed.
life.
I'm not going to tell my children, back in 2024, I want a gold medal for
breakdancing.
pop locking. You know what I'm saying? Nah.
I mean, you won a gold medal, period. Like, that's good.
Well, they started.
So are
Apparently, they're bad and they're like degrading and stuff like that. Pirates.
I've only seen it on the bronze ones.
Okay, so you
They're
try.
gonna. The Olympic Committee said that you can send them back in and they'll replace them.
Oh, nice.
That's embarrassing. It's
Yeah.
not. The shit just ended, and your medals are
Speaking
ready.
of retract, they took back Jordan Childs' bronze medal for floor exercise routine.
Yeah, she's trying to fight it, but she's not gonna win that.
It's stupid though.
Why is it stupid?
Because they claim that because her coach filed the I don't know what we call it, like an inquiry saying that something was
protest.
missing.
He appealed the score.
Right, saying that they didn't account for the fact of the difficulty in her routine, but apparently it came after a minute.
That's Chris's point right there. The difficulty in the routine.
So I'm like, that's stupid. So that's why they won't allow it.
Let's get into it real quick because we've been talking for a minute. Introduce the podcast. You
To my left, to my right. Here we go. Let's go. Come on now. Keisha, you need to get on him now.
he have nobody.
You see, you got him traumatized.
I actually-
now.
I
He
actually
doesn't
have-
even,
I
he
have
doesn't
people to
even
my
want to
right.
do his monologue because of you.
I have people to my right. We have Phil in the
I
building.
thought you were
Okay.
him, Timothy. Do your thing.
I am, but you fucking with my vibe right now. Welcome to the Link Up
Do a
Podcast.
fun fact.
Fun fact. She's a hater. That's the fun fact. Welcome to the Link Up Podcast, episode 106. Another one in the books. I play host. Call me what you like.
Didn't you say that last time? 106.
You couldn't just let it go.
Oh.
You see, this is all right. Monica, welcome. Monica, welcome. Monica Walton.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining
Good
us.
to be here.
You now see what people have to deal with on a regular basis, and this is why people don't create in Cayman. Imagine you get it in the comment section, but you get it
In real life.
in real life next to the couch of your people's, like in your
You mean the hate?
yeah, the hate from your own people. Like that's
It's constructive
crabs in
criticism.
the crabs in the bucket, man. Just your Super Mario Brothers shirt on. I see you.
Crabs in the corner.
Yeah. Thank you. That's the episode title. Crabs in the corner.
My first game ever.
So everybody, well, yeah. Welcome to the podcast. To my left, to my right, I have Phil to my right. Shout out to Phil.
Phil from Blazing.
Yeah, since y'all want to hate,
Shout out to
Phil in
Venezuela.
Phil in his camera. Check out the episode of World Talk. I thought that was a dope episode on Venezuela. Good insights from someone who used to live there, someone who's dealing with the pressures and the things that's taking place currently. If you want to get some political knowledge, check out World Talk featuring what's going on in Venezuela, hosted by the one and only, the most talented, the guy with the camera, the guy with the coffee. Are you blushing? He's blushing. Philip Richter. Shout out to D-Bird over here to my right as well, too. Just a stunt on Keisha, because I know my right and my left. To my left, I also have Chris in the Super Mario Brothers t-shirt with some
He's actually directly ahead of you.
oh God, with some colorful ass socks. I know he wants to go to the gym. His muscles look a little tight, look a little sore right there. You're probably missing the gym. Good to see you. Good weekend, I hope. No Ferrari loss.
No, it's summer break now.
All right.
Can't lose when you don't race.
But the Dolphins are gearing up. Steve,
We won our preseason game.
which don't mean shit.
Shout out to Miami.
Which don't mean shit.
Hey,
but
hey, if we had lost, it would have been something though.
you know, I respect you a lot though, because you really fuck with losers.
Die hard.
You're coming off a break with losing from Ferrari, and you're about to gear up now with the Dolphins. And Cayman has a lot of diehard Dolphins fans. I don't know why.
The geographic location.
Must be, and maybe the water too. I guess maybe. No, I'm saying in terms of the animal is the you know what I mean, the sport.
I kind of became a Dolphin fan by accident.
And you stay with it, like you could right your wrong.
Wasn't gonna be no bandwagonist, you know.
You say you in it for life, you loyal.
Yeah.
All right.
I became a football fan late in life. I was like 16.
That's late in life.
Well, compared to like a lot of people grow up with it, I didn't grow up with football. It just was always on Cayman 27.
Yeah, you had no choice.
And then like
Right, they had like a football
yeah,
segment or something.
and then like Ricky Williams was the running back for the Dolphins at the time.
Oh snap! They used to do the picks. John Foster used to have the picks of the games. And
Well, I don't know about that, but
you could
just it
pick-
was just
pick the
just
winners.
One Sunday I was bored and I was watching it and Ricky Williams was tearing up the field and I was like, damn,
You know what his superpower was, right?
yeah, that Mary Jean.
Mary Jane. Speaking of Mary Jane, let me go to my lovely co-host over here, Keisha. How are you, Keisha?
I'm well. How are you?
You looking kind of mellow and chill.
Always.
All right, Mary. I see you. Good to have you. How was your weekend?
It was good. Nice and quiet.
Oh, no road?
No,
No, not true.
not this week.
Not this week.
No.
You resting for the next week?
Here you know.
All right. I just want to find out.
You know,
Sorry.
He brought up Mary and that made me think of Tina Turner. And I was just, I don't know. I had this conversation the other day. You
The
just-
mind is wild.
I know.
Yeah.
I got ADHD brain, I swear. I don't feel like she got a proper send off when she passed away.
Oh no, of course not.
I was like, I don't feel like hardly anybody was talking about her. Hardly anybody's posting like, song tributes or like, this Tina Turner moment or anything like that.
You talking about people our age or people like
Just on
people
social media in general,
But
like-
her base probably not on social media.
Wait, who? You talking about?
Yeah, that's
Tina
a good
Turner.
point.
Tina
Yeah.
Turner.
Oh. Boys
The
and
proud
boys.
Mary
Oh,
crowd.
Older
because I'm right.
generation.
The proud Mary crowd. Maybe Facebook. Did you check your Facebook?
No, I did
Why are
not
you so
check
upset
Facebook.
about it? Are you a
Because
fan?
I love Tina.
You love Tina?
Yeah.
Do you post?
Best legs in the business.
I don't post at all. I haven't posted on social media since
So you're just a lurker.
2018.
You lurk.
Yeah.
I won't tell
And
his
send
business.
memes.
I was good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
memes.
I tell you
I said
business.
memes.
The lurkers are generally the memes.
Yeah, you blink and you got 20 from Chris just sitting on.
Yo,
Just in the tuck. I had to dedicate time on Sunday just to sit down for like 10, 15 minutes and make sure I looked at all of them.
ditto.
But he's high quality. I give him that. He's high quality. He's high
There we
quality.
go.
So you heard the voice. You know, you heard the accent.
Which is apparently more British now. I'll put it on. I'll make it even more.
I remember when you
British. I'll
first did
step
Cayman
up a notch.
27,
Isn't it?
and I was like, "Who's this girl with the Cayman brat last name Walton and that British accent?" Like, yeah. So yeah, it's even more British now.
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast. Thank you for hanging out with us, the one and only Miss Monica Walton.
Thanks for having me.
She
Thank you very much.
She looks like I'm about to say something rude to her, and she's just waiting to
I'm
come
just
back.
waiting. Yeah.
Nah, I'm good. I'm chilling. Fresh off the plane, 2 days maybe.
Yeah, I got here on Friday, straight to the beach, and my
Oh, God,
friend
the
dragged me
tan.
to the gym. Actually,
That's not a good friend.
I know.
You on vacation? Let's go straight to the gym.
I know, but
Wait,
it
are
was
you,
nice.
Are you only
actually.
visiting?
Just visiting for a couple of weeks. Yeah, it's
Oh.
like work trip because I'm now based in London, which a lot of people don't actually know because I'm posting Cayman pictures. I'm kind of all over the place. And then when we left, it was very much like we don't know how long we're going for.
Yeah.
If we're going to come back, just to kind of see how it is. And then it's just going well. So
That's so real. She said the first thing she did was go to the beach. Like, I'm so spoiled. I was looking at the water the other day on Sunday, I think it was, and I'm like, yeah, I can't do no other water than this. Like, when I see people post videos of beaches and say, well, you can't see your toes in the water? Wait, whoa, that's not a beach.
That's not real.
Yeah, that's
yeah, you become a beach snob when you're.
Yeah. I'll own it. I'll own it for sure. So I first came into contact with you via news.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a little bit of background. How did you get into news? And tell me a little bit about that experience, being a on the beat reporter, host, the full nine.
Yeah, I mean, I studied journalism. It was multimedia journalism in London. And no, it wasn't in London, I lie. It was in Bournemouth. So that's like south.
Oh, that's still
UK.
London. That's still London to me. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm with you though. I'm with you.
But yeah, so I did a degree. So it was all, like TV, radio, storytelling. You had to do politics, law, papers, that kind of thing. So I studied that. And then when I graduated, I was doing a bit of modeling at the time. And so I was working at Abercrombie and Fitch in London and doing just like going to castings, doing some modeling. But it didn't really challenge me. And I was just a bad model. I didn't really go to castings and things like that.
You didn't smoke cigarettes and do the crash
Let's not go into
diets.
that, but it was fun. There was some fun
But I think
times.
of models just being super stressed out and not being able to eat and just
Yeah, it's not
It's
not
an
the
intense-
healthiest
yeah.
lifestyle.
yeah.
And there's also a controversy. Yeah, it's not the healthiest, and
Okay.
I wanted to be challenged.
We'll
and
do
I
that
had
for
this
your
degree.
we'll do that for your next visit. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll talk about that. Okay.
We'll go into that. So I had this journalism degree. I was working in PR, and then my aunt said, "Oh, do you know what the news station in Cayman actually has an opening for a reporter? You should apply." And then fast forward I think it was like a year later, I was here. They offered me a position as a reporter. I started off as, general assignment, just taking on whatever. I think my first news piece was about Stingray City and
Okay.
how they were like monitoring the population of Stingray City. And then, just kind of everything. There was covered murder trials, a lot of court cases, had to knock on the door of a mother who'd just lost her son from a stabbing the day before.
I think I remember that actually,
Yeah.
because I used to yell at the TV like, "Stop doing that to these people! Like, don't put them on camera so quick! Like they're grieving."
I mean, you're remembering because I'm literally yelling at the camera. You can see, and when I look back at the journey now, I think it was Cayman Waste posted a video, and it's you cringe at it because it's you, and you're like, oh, this is so bad. But when I look back now, from where I came from and how I feel now, a little bit more confident.
Yeah.
You can see in the Cayman 27 videos, it's this is cringe. This is bad. Why are you yelling? Why do you,
So
look like
you-
a child or whatever it is?
So when you first, took the role as a reporter, you were quite nervous and just you weren't.
Very nervous, very shy, very nervous. I had brilliant mentors that challenged me. If I made a mistake, they like, you know, pulled me up on it. They made me a better reporter.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy. It was, you know, a lot of lessons. And like, you know, people say, oh, Cayman 27. But the team, like from now what I see in London, the team actually operates. It's a really slick operation. Like everyone actually knows what they're doing. The setup is really professional, was really professional. Okay. So it was a really good channel. It was a really good company, business, and talented, motivated, dedicated people that worked there.
So had you lived here before at all, or?
No, just like, so when I was born here, and then when I was 3, we moved to the UK, and so I grew up there. And then we would come on holiday to the BRAC, back and forth. Okay. And then you laugh at the BRAC.
No. I know. I support it. Yeah.
Yeah. Holiday and then, so then when I came back, it was like I was in my 20s. So.
Wow.
But yeah, it was very much a new experience.
Culture shock for you.
Culture shock, yeah. And I speak about this a lot to people that ask me, because you're very much like, I didn't feel like I belonged in Cayman. Which, you know, the accent doesn't help. The fact that I didn't grow up here doesn't help. You know, it was tough to really settle in. But I was just determined because I felt that way. I was like, no, you are going to accept me, Cayman, you know.
Okay. Talk your shit, Monica.
And then we're getting deep now. But yeah, no, and I just loved it. It felt, you know, you feel that energy of like, this is home, and it was where I needed to be at the time.
But talk about a great sort of I guess kind of part to be thrown into, though. If you're not from here, you haven't been here in 17 years or 20 years or whatever, and you come back and you go straight into reporting, which is taking you in the community. Mm-hmm. You're meeting the players, you're talking to families, you're learning about the issues. You really went from 0 to 60, I would say, in that respect.
It was a crash course on Caymanian culture, history, everything. Yeah. And I remember Tammy Sullivan, it was my first day, and she was like, oh, let's go get a patty. And I was like, what's a patty? Oh, God. So, yeah, I've come a long way.
So, all right, so what's your favorite patty now, though? You must...
Just... Yeah.
Just Tortuga or Island taste. Let me test you.
No.
Say less. I respect it. Say less. So you left TV. I say you left a form of TV and you went into, what is it, Island Life?
It was called Discover Cayman at the time. Yeah. No. So I was still at Cayman 27.
That was Discovery 24, right? I remember that. That was it had its own channel, and that shit would just play on loop all day.
Discover Cayman.
Yeah, Discover Cayman was like 24, right? Channel 24.
Channel 24.
Yeah. And so I was still doing I just started doing Daybreak in the morning, and then in the afternoon, then I would work on Discover Cayman because they were rebuilding it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I was doing 2 jobs, and then I was anchoring in the morning, and then working on Discover Cayman in the afternoon.
Who says Cayman doesn't want to work? You hear that? Double time, bro. Yeah.
Double time, not double pay.
D-Ray shaking his head, yeah.
Yeah. And that's just sort of went from there. Discover Cayman lasted a while. I mean, even those segments are bad when I look back at them. But I think when you look...
You're kind of hard on yourself.
I'm just yelling all the time. But I do think it takes that long. I obviously wasn't a natural at it, but like it takes a long time to hone a skill. Like you guys obviously have natural abilities for, you know, being, you know, talking and like doing what you're doing right now. But it took me 10 years to be confident and to, you know, look back at my work and feel proud about it.
Fair.
And so I think that's good to come across for anyone that, you know, might be listening and feels a little bit shy or whatever it is that you just keep pushing through that and it does get better. And I'm not saying I'm great, but I'm just saying that I wasn't confident and now I can go and do it. So
what's the worst story you ever did or the most uncomfortable one?
I mean, there was a lot. There was a lot. I don't know how deep and uncomfortable you want to get, but yeah, no, there was a lot of there's a lot of sexual abuse cases, child abuse cases, incest cases. The murder trials were tough because you're sat there and you're investing your time for, you know, a week or a couple of weeks at a time, and you're hearing all the details of everything, right?
Yeah.
So those were difficult because you take it home with you. And I think being a journalist in general is just bad. It like not bad. I shouldn't say that. It's just
it takes a toll on you. Yeah, your mental. Yeah, for sure. The murder cases, you're allowed to go in and sit in, right?
General public.
Yeah, general public, right?
I don't know the rules.
Yeah, you can. You can go in the public gallery and watch and listen to because it's open justice, so you can go in and listen to it.
Yeah, the reason why I say that because we kind of had this conversation before on the pod. When people see a headline come out, someone's found guilty or not guilty, they jump to say,
"Yeah, I've only been in the court."
Oh my God, why is that the verdict? When you're reading a 300-word blurb as an article, but it's probably been 3-4 weeks of testimony, evidence that you're not privy to as a regular person, right? So,
or understanding what the actual charges are.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Because just because you hear about the incident that happened doesn't necessarily mean that you are understanding the charges that were levied and what the criteria is to be found guilty on those charges, especially when you have like a full jury and you need consensus amongst all, was it 12?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For murder, yeah.
So yeah, if you have that time, if you have that ability to, you might want to check out something like a court. The courthouse and take in a case from as a general public person. It is your right to do so. It's free of charge, obviously, and you can kind of get a better understanding of what's going on in the court systems. Also, I say that about the parliament as well too. Me and Chris have went to parliament before to sit up at the top and watch that show. Sometimes that it can be.
It's definitely a performance.
It's
a production.
The
funniest thing is that they're all friends.
Yeah,
they're all friends. They all cut jokes. They all sit in the kitchen together. Well, the majority of them. I mean, there's a couple of might be one or two of them that actually have like legitimate issues.
Well, someone got 2-piece in the lunchroom one time, right?
So the 2-time gave the 2-piece.
Yeah, he gave a 2-piece. Yeah. But nah, it's a good experience because I think people watch it on TV and only see that person speaking, but there's a lot of side conversations off mic that you're not being privy to. Yeah. And you're not seeing how they interact and whatnot. Because even that, I remember we went to watch, this was at the radio actually. 2 partners on the radio fighting, like coming to blows. Like it was heated. And I remember walking up to the station because I was going on next. And their segment ended. And they came outside and they were laughing and smoking a cigarette together. And I just remember looking at them, and it was like when you find out wrestling isn't real.
Yeah, you feel betrayed.
You're just in disbelief, like, what the hell? Like, and I forget, one of them was Arden, Mr. Arden McLean. And I remember him, it was outside of Rooster when it was at Hurley's in Red Bay or whatever.
Where Planet Arcadia was.
Where Planet Arcadia was, yeah, for the old heads. But yeah, I remember these 2 dudes standing up talking, laughing, smoking a cigarette. And I was like, yo, I might have said Mr. McLean. I was like, yo, what was that? And no, what is this? And he's like, old buddy, old boy. Yeah. He said, I just love it. And his hand was down there shaking with a cigarette. Like he was coming off of a real high. And I remember like, oh shit, this is performative. And we have our people who on the outside listening to the radio, watching the TV, and they're like, yeah, it's blue team or it's red team. And it's like, nah, it's no team. They all cool. Like, don't be fooled by this performative art.
Club.
Sometimes I know women are in the club as well too. So yeah, it's a boys and it's a club. So yeah, if you can check out Parliament, check out the courthouse if you ever want to take in that sort of things, because it is your civics, duty and right that you can learn more about these systems before you have any sort of just blanket statement.
Did you ever say no to a story?
I didn't, mainly because I wanted to keep my job. But
that's real.
Bills needed to be paid.
She's real.
Yeah, I needed to pay my bills. I think you struggle internally with some of them, but that's your job, you know. And I remember April telling me she had to report on a story once, and it was something that she, was really personal to her, and she was like, I had to deliver the news. That was my job, and I really respected that. And I was, I think that's the dedication to the role, like as a journalist, you are holding government to account, you are holding people to account, you know, like you said, unless you're there in the room, you don't know what's happening, you don't know what people are saying. You need to make those judgments for yourself.
You mentioned holding the government to account, and you know, one of the things I respect about I would say the true journalists here, you think about like Wendy Ledger, for example. When you hear her talk or she asks those questions, she makes no qualms about it. Like, I don't care what side you on, I'm about to ask you this uncomfortable question because I feel as if we need to get to the bottom of this issue.
I did have to actually do a stakeout outside Makiva's house one time.
Okay.
And I was like, this is a little bit uncomfortable because I've just got to wait for him to like come out his house. It was like when he was arrested. Or
You mean like
something.
come out his house and then like be like,
and then follow him with the camera.
Can you give us a comment? Can you comment, please?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I think it was multiple times. Like
He was
I've had to, like, follow him around
popping
with the
back then.
camera.
Yeah, he was
And
popping.
he's like, Monica, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm doing my job.
how many people were waiting for some help?
What do you mean? Like,
Normally, you know, he has like a little lineup of people that will come there in the morning and stuff.
what
Or
Yeah, back then,
some
yeah.
help.
Sometimes, yeah.
some
help.
He was among the people. Yeah.
You know, a little bit of help.
So what are you doing now? You're no longer in journalism in a traditional sense of reporting the news. What are you?
in a traditional sense of being full-time employed. So obviously after this Discover Cayman, there was a big buyout of Cayman 27 and they sold off all the assets. And then during that, me and my business partner at the time bought the TV channel and renamed it This Is Cayman. So then we did that. So this is what it is now. This was about, I always forget, 6, 7, 8 years ago.
Okay.
I say 10 because I just round it up.
Round up.
And so, yeah, we did that for a long time. And then obviously COVID happened and they shut the borders. So the channel is, if anyone, you know, doesn't know, it's advertising for tourists. So it's in the hotels, it's in the condos, it's in the homes, you know, and it showcases the things to do on island. And, you know, people advertise on the channel. Mm-hmm. It's geared directly to visitors. And that's how the business operates. There's also, you know, other aspects to it as well. It's broadcasting and media production. But then when COVID happened, they obviously shut the borders. They weren't letting any tourists in. So, you know, I said to my clients, you know, let's just hold off. Let's just pause on your billing because it's, you know, they're charged monthly for advertising. Mm-hmm. Until we know what's going on. And then it was like 6 months, and then it was 7, 8, 9. And then Joey Hugh was saying, you know, if you've got a tourist-based business, you need to pivot it and make it a local-based business. Mm. And that, to me, you know, after 10 years of building it, because as you know, starting a business yourself, you put in so much into it, right? So it's like 24/7 hours, like late in the office, building, grinding.
Sweat equity, yeah.
Yeah. And then, you know, I think it was like the most successful year of business that I'd had that year when COVID hit. And, you know, I was like, I'm not pivoting my business, you know, like I'm not, you know, this is going to come back. So I did some other projects, and then I decided that I wanted to do something that I always wanted to do, was do a master's in journalism, and I'd missed it. So it was an opportunity to go and do it because I wasn't really doing much because my business had paused, and my husband was like, you know, he was the CEO at Logic, and he was ready to leave and try something new, and so he was like, well, let's go, and then so we moved to London, and then I did my master's degree in journalism. I feel like this is a really long story, so tell me to like rein it in.
Nah, we good. You got Chris has his finger on his chin, so he's in.
Is interested,
engaged.
or either interested or bored.
He's vested. He's vested.
Don't stop. Keep going.
Okay. So yeah, did my master's degree in London, and then I worked at Good Morning Britain, which was a freelancing, because obviously, you know, COVID was still, you know, happening, and Cayman was very much opening, you know, coming back slowly. And so my clients were like, hey, what's going on? You know, and so I was just kind of figuring out how to rebuild it. And so that was happening slowly in the background while I was also doing my master's. I was also pregnant at the time, so there's a lot going on. And yeah, so when I finished my master's, I started freelancing at Good Morning Britain because I was also on the side, like trying to build the business remotely from London. And then, yeah, so it was producing and reporting, morning show. So it was really, really long hours. I went back to work after 2 months after giving birth. So I was still breastfeeding, working 12-hour shifts, producing, for the biggest breakfast show in the UK.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable stories you talked about earlier, those happened there. Like,
Oh, yeah?
in the middle of the night when you're vulnerable, you're a new mom and you're reporting on a story of, child abuse and a boy that had to have his, all his legs and arms chopped off because he was abused so badly by his parents, like that. I remember that moment being like, what am I doing? Like I need to be home with my child and hug him and, reevaluate.
So you stayed on there for how long?
I was there for probably about 6 months, and I covered some really good stories. I covered the death of Queen Elizabeth. There was Boris Johnson resigned, thankfully. Covered that. That was an interesting one.
He was just trying to free up the partying, huh?
Yeah, Liz Truss, the whole, crashing the economy. There was a lot. Russia-Ukraine broke while I was there. So, and I learned from
That's a busy ass 6 months.
brilliant, bright. My brain is brighter because of it. It was intense. I wasn't ready for it, but I'm grateful for it. And yeah, so then I took a step back, and then luckily the channel was, Cayman was open. COVID was sort of done. The channel was ready to get back on its feet. So I did that remotely. And then so I was doing freelancing stuff, in other places.
Are there rules when you're on that Good Morning Britain show where you're not, if the Crown will be like, we'd prefer if you not cover this topic?
Absolutely. I don't know if I can actually say that, but
You said it.
I'm pretty sure they're not going to come after me. But yes,
They have power.
that
yeah,
was
for
one
sure.
thing that was also eye-opening. I didn't sign an NDA, so I could probably say it. But yeah, no, there was always, I guess I forget what they call them, but I guess it was notices from Her Majesty's press office to say that, you can't show this part of the video because, some people are cutting videos and you're producing, right? So you're saying, hey, we can't show this specific clip. And it would be, a clip where someone had maybe whispered something to someone in the, during the service.
Oh, so they don't want anything to be inferred.
Yeah. There was a lot of that.
Okay.
I'll say that much.
So even like when she died, I mean, there was rumors that, I say it's rumors, but it was a delay in the message coming out to the public.
Yes.
Is that
it was,
because they were probably trying to fix it up or at least gear the narrative somewhere?
I don't think that's fair.
That's fair.
We
That-
knew
That part of it, because I think they're getting everyone ready for protocol, right? You have to let all the heads of the territories and stuff know so they can get
Let's
ready.
ask Monica since she's
Anyway,
here.
sorry, that was my opinion.
No. Say your opinion, because I don't know for a fact, but I think it
Chris
was
is always wrong, so it's okay.
It was more a personal grief thing. I think it was like allowing the family to grieve a little bit before the whole public knew, because that's that's hard, right?
Yeah, 70 years, right?
Yeah, and I think we knew because I actually got called in, and we knew it was happening, like probably about a few days before.
Yeah.
And we knew it was going to happen. So they were all sort of ready. But I think they just allowed the family to have their little moment, not little moment, but
Yeah, you can give another day or two
Yeah.
before okay, fair.
And
So
then
Chris is wrong. That's the
So
confirm.
wait,
That's the-
was it the case situation where I can't remember, was Megan invited to the funeral?
Oh, I don't know. Well, I don't remember.
she was at the funeral.
Okay, she was. I can't remember.
Oh, yeah,
It was a
there
very awkward.
There was a big
Yeah.
thing whether or not he was going to come to the funeral and if she was going to come with him or all
Yeah.
that. Harry and yeah, that drama is crazy.
So the newest tea with with Prince William now and this
did
alleged
you just say the news T?
yeah
The newest tea.
tea yeah
Yeah, TEA. Yeah, he's being hip and cool. Okay,
drums.
sorry. Go
well
ahead.
tea from England.
Oh, Double entendre.
I
Okay.
see
up
what
here,
you
you
did
know?
there.
Just being smart.
Triple entendre. Don't ask me how. Okay, Ho. Go ahead.
You know, it takes away from the punch of have to explain everything.
I was laughing at the word you using the word tea. I just never feel you to be a
He was
gossiper.
trying to clown you. Anyway,
I was
continue.
not. That's my friend.
You know,
I don't mean to be negative
me-
either about the
let me-
experience. I sound like I'm being negative.
Nah.
let me continue
Not
with
at
my
all.
journalism here. Thank you.
Okay.
I think everyone should put on a British accent right now.
Yeah.
Right.
My-
Right.
Well, you
right. Crikey.
Well, you see, the problem is, right? My British accent is probably a mixture of all of them, right? Because you know, you just hear so many different accents from all over the place. You just assume like certain words everyone says. Like
Yeah.
I didn't even know that Bath and Bath were from two different parts.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you probably say Bath.
I'm gonna have a bath. I say bath.
Are you? It's Bath and Bath. So
I say bath.
Okay, so Bath is like northern, right? That's like non
Yes.
non Queen's
Northerners
English.
would say bath. Well,
Bath.
I don't know what that was, but bath. I don't know.
Let's hear what you say again. Go ahead, Chris.
Bath.
Well, I was told that Queen's English is Bath,
Okay.
and then non-Queen's English would be Bath.
The ball.
Well, bath sounds way more.
I was gonna say that's
British.
Royal.
Exactly.
It does,
Actually.
but like I learned that Queen's like the Southerners would say Bath, and
Well,
the
I
Northerners
watched Top
would say-
Boy, so
I think you
my
gotta do
accent
the
would
other
be
way
all
around.
over the place.
Do I?
Yeah.
Maybe okay.
You watched Top Boy, so
I did watch Top Boy.
Yeah.
Did you watch Top Boy?
No.
she's cultured. She's not gonna watch that shit
It's a British show.
about
There's a-
gangsters and selling drugs or food. Yeah,
When
I'm
you had
into
to say
that.
it like that.
that's what it is. You have the food. You have the food, bruv. Yeah,
So
come on.
I was gonna ask, like, because I'm not really keeping up with it, but like that drama that was happening with Prince William and his alleged mistress.
See, no, this is the confirmation. Chris liked the shit, you know. You see that? He is
You
into
like
the
real
gossip.
drama.
We have someone.
Nah. You've been holding that in for a minute. You want to know? Go ahead. All right, get your tea off. Go ahead.
Well, you have someone that's in the know. She's living in the area.
She's called. She don't know about that. She don't know about that.
I'm pretty sure it's a.
We
just
haven't.
playing.
Even if it was true, the press, the UK press, wouldn't. They would have to think very carefully about reporting anything on it, right? Because people tune in to, or read the news, or the royal news, because they want to get access to the royals, right? So if you betray that, and that's what Prince Harry was coming out and saying in his book, and that's what was frustrating him, is that, the palace have this relationship with the press, and they're in the press's pockets, as though it was a big revelation, but it's kind of like, well, of course they are. Because it's mutually beneficial for them to be.
Yes.
The
Crown taught us that.
The Crown definitely taught us that.
You give me the tea, and
We'll give you access
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
to what
No,
we
wait.
want. You'd have access to.
Yeah, exactly.
But also too, you'll be more conscious of being favorable to us, both parties. You know what I'm saying? You'll look out for me. You'll give me the heads up
You
that this story's
scratch
about to
me, yeah.
break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they had that
Quid
incident
pro-
with
whatever it's called.
oh gosh, I'm gonna get
Go ahead.
crucified now.
Go back in your
with
file
Kate,
cab.
Princess
Until
Kate.
he know
Fuck.
all the Tina, Kate, Meghan.
Well, no, they had the incident with something with being photoshopped or something. I can't remember what it was.
Oh yes, so the AI photo that, and there was a conspiracy that Kate wasn't around, and where's Kate, because this photo isn't real. But then it turned out that and everyone was had their own conspiracy theory, but then it was actually everyone felt really bad because was actually having cancer.
She had
Right.
cancer. Yeah.
Yeah, so
And the wolves are out.
I mean,
this-
there's always royal scandals, and the press are. I mean, I can't really say much.
Who would the royals be without scandals, though?
Exactly, they wouldn't be interesting.
No.
Perfect's boring.
Yes, absolutely.
especially rich. Everyone loves rich people behaving badly,
That's true.
and these are rich.
Yeah, I'd be bad.
They behave bad.
Imagine how bad you'd be if you
You'd
were
be
rich.
wilding out here.
No, but I mean, he
getting all your videos in the strip club. Here's Prince Crumley once again making it rain.
No, they would have to build that underground for him.
dance for me, peasants.
I getting that on a shirt.
1 for you, 2 for you. Divert, toss this money, Divert. Phil, bring the car around. Let's go. Sorry, I'm stupid. Should we get into
The
some
two
news?
of you come to me to my quarters.
Now, I would just talk nasty for no reason.
I am getting
for
that on a shirt.
We're partying. All right?
Dance for me.
Monica, please don't judge.
As
We're just partying here.
No,
We're talking shit. All right. So how do you keep in touch with Cayman and your news and stuff? What are you? Before we get into some local topics here, are you homesick? Are you enjoying the weather
all the
in
time?
England?
All the time. To be honest, the last 6 months in London has been really, really good. And so I'm actually doing a London-based TV show that's going to be locally on a local channel in London in September. So that's going to be like a staycation show.
Okay.
Working with a guy from LA who does a show. It's an Emmy-winning show. Over there, so we're going to film that.
Staycations where? Sorry.
So just like Airbnbs, but in London. So
if you ever need any talent, just let us know.
Anytime.
Me and Chris come up, you know what I mean? The BA flight, straight.
Yeah. So we're just going to go around all the Airbnbs and showcase, what there is to do in London. It's kind of similar to This Is Cayman. It's going to be a little bit more like unscripted and authentic. It's not as commercial.
Chris, come on, Chris. That's me and you.
Yeah, with all my expertise in London housing.
Yeah, for sure.
1000%.
You don't need expertise. That's
the beauty of it, Chris. We're perfect.
They're just going to hear our accents and be like, there's enough drama over there right now.
yes, bruv. No, I do like London, but not to live. That shit is too dark and dreary. But I like the history of it. I like the statue over here, this museum, Tower of London, Like,
it's nice.
How have those? I guess I don't know if we can still call them protests, but those incidents in the public. Have you witnessed any of them?
I haven't personally witnessed any of them. But yeah, that was happening as I left. And it's horrific. It's very much timing. So there was an election, and so the Conservative government was in power, and so that switched to the Labour government, and they're a little bit more lenient on migration and immigration. And then now, these far right riots are breaking out over. They were actually up north at first, and then just as I left, they were happening in London, certain places in London.
And it's switched from protesting to just more destructive behavior, looting, destruction of public property.
Also, are they targeting minorities as well too? A lot of hate and that sort of stuff going on.
I think that's happening a lot in like the social media aspect of things. That they're definitely
to Muslims, blacks, etc. So.
Yeah, so it's against migrants.
Sorry,
I don't think they were ever protests. I think they were just riots. There was 3 girls were murdered.
Was that the Taylor Swift thing? The dance?
Yeah.
No, that was another one.
Yeah, they were having some kind of little get together for.
It was a dance group or something. Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
they were themed or whatnot.
Yeah.
This young guy, I guess, that had mental health issues, went in there and stabbed them to death. And I think there were some false reports coming out that he had just came over in a boat or whatever, and it was proven false that he was actually born in Wales. But his parents were migrants from Somalia or something like that. But he was actually born and raised in the UK. Okay. So there was just a lot of false narratives put out there about this guy just coming over fresh from the boat and went.
That must be the frustrating part, being a journalist, though. How much you have to decipher from what is real and what is not, because the people are just so gullible in a sense where they read something on for an example, the memes that people post, Will Smith photo in white and black
that you're sharing.
You know what I'm saying? It's Will Smith white and black, and it's like some profound quote, and it's like, Will never said that shit. Yeah. But the person who picks it up and reads it is like, forward. Look what Will said.
Everything now is just like you have to kind of either have a sense of, what the actual temperature is of the potential for something being fake, and the ability to fact check on the fly, because you consume so much information. Mm-hmm. And if you don't try to train yourself to actually be aware of what could be fake, what could be real, you can really fall down a rabbit hole. And, I understand why people can be anti migrants if you're just you can just go down the rabbit hole one day. That's all you consume. You're in the comments. It's just so you get all riled up and angry, and all of a sudden now you start blaming all of your problems and your situation on someone else, because it's easy to have an enemy and it's easy to instill fear in people. And I mean I've been preaching this for a long time, but Like social media warfare is it's extremely real.
Thing. It's a real thing. Yeah, it's a real thing for sure. So I cut you off in terms of asking you about where you get your news from. How do you keep in touch with Cayman? Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, just, a lot of it is on Instagram because I'm on there, posting things for This Is Cayman TV. But I have like people here that help me on the island, do that kind of stuff. Just like friends, I speak to friends like every day and they'll send me information, from various sources. Cayman Compass, I think, does a good job of, impartiality and, the news. But yeah, it's all online. And then, it's like you said, it's social media. Cayman Mall Road.
I was waiting for it. I was wondering if when she said various sources, I was like, various sources.
he looked at me and I'm like,
dive into that
this
some
is
more.
a safe space.
y'all better put some respect on her name, bro. She's a player in the game.
But you gotta, that's another thing too. Like, look at the different sources. If there's a story, read them all, and then take what, your judgment from that. In the UK we have things like fact checkers where, you can actually go and check things. We don't have that in Cayman.
Did you do any reporting on any of the elections here?
Way back in the day.
Do you remember what years or who was in power
Why you
at that
trying
time?
to date the woman age, bro?
think it was
No, I'm just trying to get her experience here because we have election season coming up, bro.
I can't remember when it was. Maybe it was like, I remember McKeever.
He was premier at the time?
He was premier.
Okay, so around then.
That'd have been 09.
No, because I came in 2012.
2012?
So it was the closest election from
2013.
So
then.
2013.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a 24-hour day in the office. I remember
Really?
that. Yeah. D-Bert, do you remember that?
So did you actually have to like go out there? I don't know. Like, did you just like phone up certain politicians to get like their thoughts or whatever?
We didn't phone. We like tracked
Go find
down.
them, yeah.
We were like door knocking,
Oh, for real?
chased by dogs.
You mentioned all these sources where you get your news from to stay connected to Cayman. There's this podcast. A lot of people who are overseas, they listen to the same podcast to get their kind of, stay in touch with Cayman.
How do I follow
Yeah,
them?
I mean, I think
I think they're on IG. It's
Yeah,
called
they're on IG. Let me pull
It's,
it up
it's
quick.
at Pod Link Up. That's
At
what
Pod
it is.
Link
Yeah.
Okay. Let me
It's called
see.
the Link Up. Yeah, and they have a couple different podcasts that people use to kind of stay in touch. Yeah.
and of
we
course,
have
you guys as well.
Oh, yes.
First, obviously, it's Cayman Mall Road, of course, first.
Okay.
And then
we'll
you
be
guys.
number 2. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Hey.
No, I make jokes because we see the
They look all right.
We see the different countries. We see the different countries and cities that listen to us. So I always know that people are overseas. They try to keep in touch with what's going on here. We're one of the avenues. So you got to the horn sometimes.
Yeah.
Let's get into it real quick. We had you here long enough.
We haven't even covered anything yet.
Not a damn thing.
I've just been rambling on.
Nah, you good.
We got some background,
You good. And Chris loves when beautiful women come here. So he's in a good space right now. You gotta enjoy
So-
that.
Capitalize on it.
Speaking of CMR, CMR needs to chill. The graphics that they've been using lately
On what?
for their stories on IG, like, it's this big bright person smiling, and it's like the headline is charged with crimes, or like it's.
That always been her style of journalism, pettiness.
It's been refreshed. I think. Like, look at it lately.
You're hating now.
No.
You're a crab in the corner.
Auntie Sadi, these are Victor Crumley's opinions
Nah,
and
she was a
expressions
chill-
only.
I be dying laughing because it looks like a billboard, like something popular, like it's something coming this week, like it's. And then it's like, charged with 17 crimes and going to jail for life. Like, it's just
So it's like clickbait.
very much so. But it's
Even with the case with our people, then
like fucking modeling profile pics.
Yeah.
17 profile pics.
that was wild. The case with the DVL. Have you read that?
I don't think I have.
Oh, okay.
Nah, don't use that shit. Use look at this one.
Stop. Okay.
And then it says again. So I mean,
Ooh.
look at this one. Arrested for murder, playing the guitar.
Yeah. When I saw that one, it's like.
You think it's a joke?
No, but for reals. Valid points.
I shouldn't even be laughing at this.
I want to look and find more though. Sorry.
You have to laugh.
Look,
when you're
jail
crying.
avoided.
Oh my god.
Damn, big smile.
And his food is great too, by the way, at the restaurant.
Service though.
Services, you're gonna wait for a while.
But
But
the food is actually, you know, honestly, like one of my favorite things to get there is the catch of the day. They never miss with that, and their
And
plantain,
the
their plantain is fire.
look at your boy. Project killed.
But he looked
He looks
miserable.
sad,
Though.
yeah,
he looked.
Oh, he's gonna be sad because his project's killed.
Yeah. So I mean, all right. Here, what? Hats off to the designer and the graphic person. Job well done.
The
That's the-
intention is there.
The tension is there.
The execution is not.
Well, I mean, it got us talking about it, so maybe that was the you know.
All right.
Any press is good press, huh?
So let's get into it real quick. Crashes.
Crashes.
Yeah, you know what crashes?
What the fuck is crashing? Oh, you're talking about. Okay, because I was thinking of.
Nah.
Okay, I was like,
Absolutely not, especially not during the summertime.
I don't
I was
put
like,
it in
damn,
the
bro.
atmosphere. No.
So what's the hell of a way to put it? Okay, you're talking about.
So one of the things here we like to say to Chris that everything that government does is his government. So one of your government ministers, Chris.
This is really people gonna have a really misconstrued understanding of where I stand because of you.
Nah, they know you red. They know you red. They know
They
you team
literally
red.
I gonna get chased down the streets one of these fucking days.
They know you team red and you support the 2-time. Yeah. So yeah, unfortunate accident took place. The Minister for Border Labor, also Culture, Dwayne Seymour, Honorable Dwayne Seymour, Minister, he was involved with a crash. Because if you live under a rock, you should know this by now. But apparently the car was traveling home. I want to say late night, and hit the arm of an excavator.
It had the jackhammer attachment on it.
Yeah, so there was reports that the excavator was in the road previously before the accident. But yo, seeing that vehicle? Like, you saw the car?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole roof was torn off on the car.
I'm going.
But when I first saw the car, I kept wondering, how did the roof get torn off the car?
Yeah.
The only thing I could think of at the time was the car. Either one, they used the jaws of life.
Yeah,
right,
to crump it up and get them.
But I was like, the whole roof is gone, so that doesn't make sense. You don't normally see the whole roof gone on the car, and that's a very large vehicle, the Tahoe. And then two, I was like, well, did the car roll over multiple times, and the roof just like collapsed and then thing there.
Nah, that's like Transformers, just swooped it off.
And the whole thing's gone. And then when you see the excavator arm in the road and you see the jackhammer attachment, then you understand hitting that going, 50, 60 miles an hour. He's very lucky to be alive.
Yeah, it's not even about jokes right now. You gotta thank God.
So
the way that vehicle looks, the way he must have hit that with the speed he was going, it was dark. He's fortunate to be alive. I think he had minor injuries and he was released later on that day. He's put out a statement since then. There's also tons of conspiracies about what's going on, why he didn't see it, who put it there. They put it there afterwards. And it's like, nah, you look at the ground, you can see marks, you can see.
Well, they'll know for sure once they do the accident reconstruction. They'll know what he hit. I mean, there won't be much hiding.
Or where it hit.
Where it hit. Yeah, I mean, but
he's fortunate to be alive.
They arrested 2 juveniles because they're saying that these kids were breaking into this excavator all the time and fucking around with it. And my understanding was this is hearsay. This isn't official reporting. Is that they broke the glass to get in there to mess around with it, and they put the arm in the road. Yeah. So now you have these, I guess, minors that are probably going to be charged with, I don't know, would that be attempted manslaughter in a way?
Nah.
Would that not be a charge? If you do something,
it's a charge, but I won't say manslaughter.
So what would it be?
Is attempted? You can't do attempted manslaughter.
Why not?
I don't know.
If you
manslaughter is when someone is dead.
Attempted.
No, but I'm saying I've never seen attempted manslaughter.
But someone could have died inadvertently. Is by your actions what I'm saying, right? So that would be attempted manslaughter.
So I'm not trying to be funny. I just didn't know that was an actual thing.
Well, I
It
mean,
would
that's,
be
you know,
attempted murder.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It'd be-
saying.
would it
Attempted
be?
murder.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, thank you, Monica. Damn. So, but nah, there's a couple of things to break down there. One, obviously, that person might have been speeding. For you to not see that big ass thing in the middle of the road, bro.
But drunk driving is usually.
We don't know. I don't know if he was drunk drive. So I don't.
Okay, sorry.
I'll use the A word, allegedly.
Well, they would have definitely taken. They probably would have taken a blood sample from him. No?
They said they took one at the hospital.
So whenever this, you know,
It would be.
Whenever it comes up.
Depending on, you know, it would be like gross negligence, manslaughter, depending on the situation, circumstances.
Yeah.
and this one, I mean, the problem was.
He had to be floating. Come on, let's be real.
But the problem is he doesn't have the best record of road
Safety.
And that's what it is, because he's previously had an accident in 2022 over there by, I think it was by Hurley's roundabout.
No, it was by Barcam.
Sorry, by Barcam.
Yeah.
Where he
He hit the pole
and
and he had to make a little.
he left. Yeah,
He
left
made
his-
a little phone call to.
Stop that, man. Stop that.
I mean, that's what was reported.
I feel like we need to cut this whole
Listen, we got into it.
joking.
It was still good.
It was reported
Yeah, it was.
that he made a certain phone call
Yeah.
to the premier, is what the report said.
Yeah.
To help him out in that situation.
Hey, yo, if I'm the premier, don't call me, bro. Not instant.
Don't at me, bro.
Hit me the next day or something. Call someone else that night. Just
He wouldn't have
Keisha,
jam,
come
bro.
pick me up. Like, I would have get out the car and just walk, go at the gas station. What is over there? What going on?
Like, how dumb is it to call the Well, actually, I need to stop talking.
Yeah, don't
But
mess
like,
up.
that's gonna be on record. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a public.
Yeah, you
contract.
crouch at 7:30. You call him at 7:32. Like he calls someone at 7:35, and no.
So there were some poor assumptions made.
because of his history, yeah,
Because
for
of
sure.
his
which is valid.
Yeah.
It's valid.
Yeah, and then you know, at the time before we found out, you know how, I guess dangerous the accident was. You know, people were making jokes about the car and what was in the car.
Yeah.
The Vaseline.
Look over there.
Nah, because
Brought back memories. Look at you.
what would you use Vaseline for?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't
Am I
know.
using it?
I don't have Vaseline in my car. I don't think I've ever purchased Vaseline.
Some ashy ankles, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Dry lips. Yeah.
All right, first let's do the Dwayne thing first. First of all, I like Dwayne. I think he has country at heart. Very unfortunate accident. Glad he's safe. That's no pushed off. I used to go to his barbershop. Cool guy. All right. Off that now. Yeah, the Vaseline.
Back to the Vaseline or lack of.
Why were
Vaseline.
people so disturbed about somebody having Vaseline in the console of their car?
Well, they were just making jokes. You
They
know?
just like to.
Oh, nah, I don't be knowing sometimes, so I want to make sure. Keisha, what you looking at that for?
They were making
Hey.
jokes because he had cardboard laid out and the Vaseline there. So they were just
There was
making,
cardboard laid out.
apparently, yeah. You never look. Let's go back to the photo.
Yes,
No,
let's
I
get
did
the
not.
photo.
I didn't. I was.
It was a
hoping.
big tub of Vaseline too.
Monica with the shit.
I mean, this economy you got by the, you know what I mean, by the size of.
Get the
you know?
bang for your buck.
Yeah, get the bang for your buck. I hear you over there, Keisha.
Get the bang.
Banging in the Tahoe. Huh?
Here you know. Here where you going.
So yeah, So when the story came out, no, obviously that juveniles have been arrested for that. That's another thing that brings concern for me.
Yeah, man. See the cardboard there
Where is that in the car though?
in the box seat.
Oi, cursed on my feet.
Stop banging for the bucks.
Mash it up.
Mash it up. All right, I really want to know. Yeah, why the cardboard in the back of the? I mean, maybe he's moving. The fuck? So yeah, maybe he's
just
taking some
He's
boxes.
only bringing his Vaseline.
You can just mash everything up.
Yeah.
I tell ya.
Damn, Chris don't have no brought up. See.
None.
So yeah, what concerns me now is obviously that excavator was in the middle of the road. Obviously, was put there deliberately. You don't just the battery don't run out and you just leave it there in the middle of the night. But the news that 2 juveniles were arrested for allegedly putting it out there, that concerns me even more now because I think my kid watches a lot of YouTube and the shit that.
Oh, the pranks and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I'm not. I don't know if that's where this is going with that situation, but recently too, there were some kids. There were some reports of kids using like a BB gun or
Pellet gun,
pellet
whatever,
guns,
yeah.
and shooting at people on Couture Street in town.
They got spoken to, or they got spoken
So
to.
that's what I'm saying. If a kid is putting a fucking excavator in the middle of the road in the middle of the night, ain't no speaking to that kid. That's not.
you could have really
You could
killed someone. Which is why I was saying this is going to probably be a serious charge. Well, I mean,
attempted manslaughter. Yeah.
Well, whatever it is.
Even though no
Whatever
one
it is.
died.
But yeah, sorry.
But I mean, I guess as a juvenile, I don't know. Is it common that you get tried as an adult?
None came on. I haven't seen none came on. I don't know.
Not for this incident. It wouldn't be,
But I do think they should probably get punished for that. That's a serious thing. And the things with these, like I said, going back to the YouTube stuff, is that you only escalate to bigger and more outlandish pranks, and you run the risk of someone getting hurt. And I think when people
That guy that got shot in the mall because he was pranking and wouldn't leave him alone. That was an actual case. You look it up. He was like, the guy kept getting in his face, and the guy was like, leave me alone, and just fucking.
And that's the thing. I felt.
He didn't kill him, but
I bet that person won't do that shit no more.
you haven't seen this?
Nah, but people. Nah, but so another thing too, with people who are watching these pranks and these shows, they don't know that everybody be in on it sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it be fake. It's content creation. So I do worry about if our young people are watching this stuff and are not understanding the consequences of their actions because they're trying to get a hype or get some views, get some likes. We saw that a couple months ago with the kid who was driving the car in Cayman. The young kid that was driving his mom's CRV or whatever.
I didn't see that.
On the road, and one of the kids was in the road, and the car was coming, and they ran at the last second. That went viral and came on a couple months ago. Yeah. So yeah, glad John is cool. Of course, another issue now is people are bitching about the money spent on the Tahoe.
I was told on good authority. This is.
I love how you come in here with your little insight stuff because you are connected.
Well, I only just found this out in the weekend.
Yeah, I know.
That they got a very good deal on those cars because they bought them in bulk.
Well, does it matter?
Yeah, they bought like 10.
Insurance.
So they yeah, probably. But what I'm saying is like the people were going off the MSRP on the website.
Yeah.
For an individual
one. They bought 90,000, I think.
Yeah, but they had a significant reduction.
So what's a significant reduction, Chris? 65?
Yeah, around there. Yeah, that is a big drop. When you add up 10 of them, that's a big drop.
Never mind. I just gave you $700,000. Speaking of money,
yeah, but people are upset, but because they were like trying to wonder why do they need these government vehicles in the first place?
Do they need government vehicles?
Not all of them. Why do all of them need government vehicles?
Who's all of them? I thought it was just
all
ministers.
The ministers.
Yeah, they're ministers. Yeah.
Do you think they should all have?
I'm going to function. I mean, I see people do sales and they get a work vine. Like,
so why they can't share it?
Because they're going in different directions.
You can't do that.
I have 17 graduations to attend in June. Like,
come on now.
Well, they could all brag
I gotta wait on the Minister of Finance.
We going to the same place, are we not?
Nah.
So wait, I didn't follow this story. So they've overspent on.
I don't know if overspent, but they. So you know how the premier. So at first it was only the governor that had a government vehicle. Well, I guess that's a crown vehicle. It's got the big fucking crown on there. But then the premier ended up getting a vehicle for just for the premier.
The protocol office,
yeah. And then I think the deputy premier had one at one point in time. And then now, apparently it was brought forward to the government to get all the ministers' vehicles. And the current premier at the time, Wayne, turned that down, is my understanding. And then after the coup, and then the new leadership, these Tahoes were then purchased.
Oh, okay, I see.
And you're also wondering why such a big vehicle that's a gas guzzler.
Yeah,
because
they have families.
But you're doing government work.
And that's the point. They're gonna help their government now or their community with the big cars.
Okay.
Can't put them in a Honda Fit.
Definitely can't put it in a Honda Fit.
So they need the space, shuffling boxes, material, whatever.
Cardboard, Vaseline.
You feel better if it was, like a Tesla.
Probably not.
The problem with the Teslas is that there's nowhere in Ireland to get them serviced. They have like a community group. They have to fly down someone to service them.
Yeah. No, I get it though, because you would be in an SUV. I mean, all those other countries, their politicians driving SUVs. The ministers are quite busy and spent. Like, I would hate to have to drive my car 20 different events throughout the day, different meetings. You're probably not riding by yourself. Sometimes you have people who are going to join you to attend this function.
See?
Chief officer. Damn, I sound like I work for the government, huh?
You do.
Yeah. All right.
Normally, this was my role, making excuses for the
Propaganda.
government. But, look at you.
Nah,
You've come a long way, Victor.
But
I'm proud of you.
I get it. Because
No, but it
like
makes
you say,
sense,
the
yeah.
MRSP looks kind of like, oh, we're going to pay $90,000 for seven Tahoes. Like, is that really needed? And we're going to change them every 2-3 years, right? Because
But I tell you, they could share them. Everybody don't need one.
No, they can't. Man,
Yes, they can.
Well, I don't know if they're going to change them ever. Because the Premier's had that same Land Rover quite a while.
The Premier?
Yeah. They had that black Land Rover since the 2 times.
That's not the first one.
Oh, no,
Nah, that's not the first
oh,
one.
damn. Okay.
Nah, that's not the first one.
Well, shit.
So
It must be funny when they listen back to our banter, how we talk about them.
I'll lock some,
Funny
Yeah.
or terrifying?
Listen,
I find it funny.
Listen,
This is easy compared to the
I was going to
comments.
say, this is easy compared to them other morning shows. I'll tell you that. Them other morning shows were tearing them new
And his
assholes.
wife sleeping with someone's
Yeah.
that's done.
No, I don't have time for that.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Tame.
Yeah.
We need to amp it up a bit.
Okay.
Oh, here we go now.
Throwing it to you, Monica.
Well, I heard
Well, I once did a story on that.
I heard so and so is pregnant.
Came up to the office and cussed. So yeah,
Where Monica was when you wanted to know the scandal that was going on?
I don't know. She was up in England doing
You're right.
making TV shows. So speaking of the money, like you said, good point. Insurance should cover that. That's an accident on the road. Hopefully, Island Heritage has that. Shout out to Ron. Real quick, people are upset though. I understand about the money because there's another story that dropped this week too. Was the Emancipation Day celebrations.
People shouldn't be upset about that because they were upset that they say we don't have no culture. So now we spend money towards the culture and we upset. What we upset about? Pick a side. We cannot be upset
The
about the
question is
celebrations.
But $650,000.
We spend money on
What do they
on the Tahoes.
But it's being used every day.
Our culture is being used every day.
What was the celebration?
It's Emancipation Day.
So we got a new holiday on
Okay,
them.
so how much was spent
650.
$650K.
for one day?
No, for the entire mass of celebration. I think it was up across a week. Because they had did the drone show and stuff even before the actual celebration. So
Wait.
I'm gonna give it across a week.
$500,000 was spent on a week of celebrating Emancipation Day.
Look at Monica.
Let Monica say it. Yeah.
You tried.
I started to say it, and y'all. I started to say it, and y'all looked at me and laughed and was like, "Oh, we don't have no culture."
That's the side that I'm on.
Well, Keisha,
But
Keisha.
could they
It's the-
not? Yeah, no, I need to.
No, Paul, no. Don't zip. Gather your thoughts. I'm gonna throw it to you live, Monica. All right. So yeah, it was the first of its kind. We bringing it back. It's a new holiday.
But you know the problem?
No, I wasn't talking.
Sorry. No, sorry. It just hit me. This,
I'm fucking with you. Go ahead.
if they didn't spend the money, it would have been a problem.
No, but it's $650, fam.
Yeah, but
It doesn't matter about the money because if they didn't spend the money and then you had some fucking as McKee would say,
That was kind of funny when he said it.
some old fian festival out there, they're gonna be like, oh, this is what you think of us.
My point exactly, Chris.
Can't win.
You might as well have
So-
spent the money on the people, and we're gonna find something.
That
else to
wasn't
spend
spent
it
on the people. That's the thing.
Yes,
It was spent on the event.
It was hot as hell out there, and we fucking had to still turn around and pay for food and pay for all
But
the
you
trinkets
remember
and
it though.
But you were
Talking about
supporting
it.
the local establishments, Victor.
See, we had Cayman proud shirts that we could wear to support Jordan and Charlotte and everybody.
That wasn't from Emancipation. Oh, well, yeah.
Yes,
actually,
it was.
The merch, yeah. They spent $30,000 on the merch.
But once again,
But
I
they sold that.
I don't know.
So at least that brought in income.
No, I personally don't know what events cost to put on. It does seem expensive.
You know what it was? The drones,
does seem
man.
expensive.
It was all the what you would call the technology that they had involved in it.
How much them drones cost?
I just think it would be good. because
So
it was
since we're here, let me bring it up for you. The cost of the International Drone Show came to just over $148,000.
See that? That 150
How-
on the budget.
I'm in the wrong business.
That
How
150
long
that-
did the show go? How long did it go on for?
It was a
5
little long. Nah, it was about 10 minutes because it was slow, right?
and they did it twice.
Oh, it did an encore.
The
Yeah,
one.
because they wanted to
when
get their
they-
money's worth.
The one in the Brock cost 67,000.
Oh, no, so that's
of
three
that
times
of that 140.
See, that's they
They
made sure
did
get
a
their
drone
money's
show in the
worth.
Brock.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
she
they did
had to
that
get her one too, right?
Like
So
50
It
grand.
did in the East End of Brock, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
what?
It was in the East End of the Brock, right?
Oh, I don't know.
It couldn't have been the West Side.
Does it matter?
Yes, because you can't have a mass impatient be on the West Side of the Brock.
I made them come for you, and I can't.
It don't never come from me. It's a fact.
So shout out to the local performers. The local performers got $88,000. Get your bread. Cool.
So down another 100. All right.
That was 88
Round it
of
out.
it.
You don't think our artists should get paid?
Swanky got 5,500. They about 17.
They get half. All
No, they
right.
about 17 people in that bun. That's not a good split. They could have got a little.
They
bit
all
more
went
than that.
Burger King after that.
Yeah, they didn't have much from that, right?
And they on tour.
They got a little tour. The fireworks cost 10 grand or 9,000.
But they been spending money on that.
Nah, but we trying to say where did 650 come from?
All right, go on.
Nah, that's just
Drone show.
What was the biggest expense? Just the drone show?
the drone show. The
Okay.
drone show for sure. They spent $1,000 at the Turtle Center to do the turtle release. See, people be thinking that shit free, and look, everything has a cost.
They had to buy the turtle back from the turtle farm.
I don't know what the fuck they did.
I think just setting
Well,
up,
clearly, $1,000.
setting up the
Oh,
release.
wow.
That might be-
Coincide with activities.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it takes resources, people, and all that stuff. You got to pay, I guess, overtime to set it up, the facilities.
But it wasn't much. It was literally just.
Came
one
on, it's
thing.
like their food
You know-
too. And we spent $55,000 on catering.
You know that was inflated.
Oh, you gotta get government price, yeah. For sure.
Yeah, you know you like
You want a conch and lobster? No problem, baby. I got you, mommy. Hit you with the invoice. But nah, 650 sounds kind of wild, bro. I'm not gonna front.
Not in this economy.
No, yeah. I mean, gas is $5.56
now watch
a
And
gallon.
now watch
For
now
new
watch
amusement
next year when they have a 2-minute fireworks show.
Yeah.
Right, and then Victor gonna be up in your cussing again.
But then, like, why not put that money into like Pirates Week or something? You know,
Pirates
brings
Week
in
dead
a little
now.
bit more. Do you think it's dead?
It,
That's a whole other
it's
topic.
it's not good.
But then invest in it.
Well, I think it's.
Or are they just like,
Does-
okay,
does
we're done
Pirates
with
Week get
Pirates Week,
650?
Let's do Emancipation.
I don't know what Pirates Week.
I don't
get,
think
but,
Pirates get 650.
But like Pirates Week just feels like
I don't think it gets a lot.
it doesn't have the.
They should probably let Pirates Week like rest for like 2 or 3 years, and then bring it
What
back.
do you mean? Rest.
Nah, because people have been shitting on it for the last couple of years. They had a traffic fiasco 2 years ago, right when the road was closed. A lot of people,
Just can't get it right.
a lot of people don't want to go to it, don't support it, or we not no pirates. Never mind, we got a lot of stories of fucking piracy here. But yeah, maybe just let it lay down for like a year or two, and then bring it back with a new
Also,
a rebrand.
I kind of want to say
Just give me 650, I'll bring it back.
if you are. If
I'll be out there fucking
if-
with a one leg pirate on my shoulder.
If anyone is listening that operates a food stall, I'm gonna get in trouble, but it's okay. No one here has this opinion but me. Just putting that out
Say
there.
your
So
full name again for the record, please.
if you own a food stall, please, just have somebody that does quality control. Taste the food before you serve it. Because you out there rushing food out to the people, and sometimes when the day get hot and it busy, and it starts serving garbage.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Who hurt you, Chris?
You know already. Do make
This
him
the same one?
come.
No.
This gotta be new.
That was at Red Sky at night.
Yeah, this gotta be a new
This
person.
was when they have it out by Royal Bank. You know, they have many food stalls out there. So I actually don't know the name of this one. This one was not as bad as the one the Red Sky at night one. That one was actually like I had to throw away the food. It was that bad. I never had to throw away this one, but I could tell this was subpar. This was definitely like, you know, this was something that you probably wouldn't eat if you're drunk.
Damn, you know that's bad.
They probably were expecting
And
everyone
but
to.
you know, the thing that bothers me the most out of even if my experience is bad, at least I know tomorrow I can go by Corner as well as whatever and get something. The tourists, they don't know. So they go in there expecting that this is what it actually is.
Yeah, you fucking up the brand. Yeah.
And if you go out there serving, you know, garbage because you out there mass producing, you're not putting you're not quality checking the food, you end up hurting the brand for me. Mm-hmm. And also getting me vexed sitting on there bunning up in the sun waiting.
Added insult to the injury. Yeah.
Yes. So if you are a food vendor, just have somebody, please, to say this one can't make it.
I feel like you need to be the taste.
I was
I
gonna
was just gonna
say,
say, Chris,
No.
you need
You
volunteers
need to get a
tribute.
consultant, food stall consultant. Red baby,
Add that to your
red baby,
resume.
bush baby. Yeah.
They gonna get vexed at me.
This is trash. This is trash. Send it back.
No, that's fair. Like, because if you first of all,
Have you never had subpar food at these events?
no, because I know who to go.
You gotta be careful.
I'm
Yeah,
very
you gotta-
serious about my food, pops. So I make sure.
Yo, but it's an art now too, because when you go now, you gotta be looking in the part, looking into how the woman's serving it. It's an art. It's an art. At Emancipation Day,
Yeah.
I walked by like 6 stores. I was like, nah, we're not about to fool me.
You gotta suss it out.
Nah, I want to. No.
Yeah.
You got to check.
That's the indicator.
Don't go by the most popular brand. Lady with the arm, that shit. You know what I mean?
I know you want to take it there. Oh,
Her food is fire.
the auntie.
The aunt, what? Miss so and so from so and so mama auntie from her. Yeah, her. She got a swanky too. Yeah, this where we at. This where we at. So nah, it's an art, bro. You just don't just.
I'll give you a tip. You look for the East Enders and you look for the Towners. That's it.
I don't know about the towners. East Enders I rock
And I'm
with.
giving you no other tip.
I look.
There's a specific. Check me offline.
Okay.
Yeah. That one I got an old lady just sitting on in the back. She not doing nothing.
That the one that run everything.
That one. Yeah, that one. She got helpers in the front serving the food. She just sitting in the back directing. She made all our food with love. That's
Yeah.
what you gotta go to.
So she's the one that doing the quality control.
Oh yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man. This not right. No.
You've given it away now.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. Pardon for the people.
Or you know who you could check, like back on the food thing, Miss Pedals, John, Minister Seymour's mother.
She
Does
Okay.
She does great food.
Well, you know what? This Pirates Week, we gonna go out there live in the field.
You ain't going nowhere, Mr. Fucking I'm home.
Who him?
I'll come
He'll
out
come
live
for
in the
some
field.
food.
We'll
and then run right back.
We'll get some tips from Monica how to do some field reporting. There we go.
Okay, chasing them down.
Yeah, you know.
Speaking of branding and just being bad for the brand, it's a very near and dear subject to my heart.
What's that?
It's Cayman Airways. I don't even want to make no jokes about it. There's nothing really funny about it. It's 2 emergency landings in 3 days.
I am surprised no one blamed Boeing.
You know? Oh no, I haven't heard that as well. Yeah, I haven't heard. Shout out to Leon. We should call Leon actually. Our
We should call him in right now. Answer this phone.
FaceTime.
our correspondent. So yeah, Cal was coming in from, was it New York?
No,
The first
they
one
were
was
coming
LA.
LA.
Sorry, first one was LA. Yeah,
And then they were going to New York in the second one, I believe.
yeah,
They
so
landed in New York.
they had
I
a
think
problem with
it's
the flops. The flops couldn't open.
And the New York one, I wouldn't have been too worried. Because they got a long ass runway.
But then the video leaked of people.
Well,
being told to brace.
anytime people that are naturally scared of flying, and I know this because I'm one of them, or I was,
Zani.
I'm not as terrified before as I was before, but you know, if you're a listener, you know my story.
The Zannies.
So, but like if you know, you're obviously, it takes a lot of courage and a lot of I guess a lot of thought and emotions to actually get on a plane. So the last thing you want to hear is emergency landing. It doesn't matter what the fuck the problem is. Once you
Yeah.
hear emergency landing, you immediately think we're dead.
The worst. Yeah.
Right? That's just how the brain is wired when you have that fear. So I get it. But now with, you know, after edifying myself over the past years of how planes work, how, you know, how turbulence actually works and the safety of these planes, and majority of crashes happen because of pilot error, not because of the actual
Yeah,
plane itself.
that's something I learned too. Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
So, so the planes are generally trustworthy. I know they've had these issues come out now with the quality of Boeing planes or whatever, but generally speaking, that's been the case. So now knowing that, hearing the plane landing without flaps in New York, I wasn't overly concerned. I was like, they have a very long runway. Obviously, it's probably protocol that if something that critical for the plane isn't working, then you have to probably initiate a emergency landing. But if we can,
No.
we're not calling the ball.
No, that's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, next time Leon can confirm for us if I'm right.
He be so hyped to talk aviation, so I'd give him that credit.
But the landing here, I mean, I was a little bit concerned. But when I saw they really brought on that plane quick, as soon as she crossed the little the wind deflector thingy,
yeah,
I mean, she touched down immediately.
slammed it down like that.
Yeah, man.
American airline pilots just boom. Not good American. They do that.
They don't know how
American
fucking
just
land
stop
here,
that
bro.
shit and they just turn that shit in right. They don't go down to the border.
No.
But I didn't know that was the thing. You can run out the brakes. Apparently, the life of the brakes. No.
Fear unlocked.
No, in the sense that you're wearing out your brakes, like when you do those kind of hard
Or
landings
landing.
and don't let it kind of just run its course. But the issue is, don't tell me it's emergency landing.
Why?
I'd rather just not know. I'd rather just
That's
land that bad boy hard and then we
that's-
clap afterwards when you got it down.
no, you can't do that, bro.
Nah,
you
don't tell me that, bro.
You have to have people ready in case you have to leave the plane in emergency fashion. You know.
Just bro, Miss so and so come and get you, bro. Just
Listen,
to her.
like,
Jump.
because in the event that the plane did unfortunately go up in the North Sound,
Mm-hmm.
then they would have to understand we're in protocol mode. We're going to go out the get on the wings and get outside the plane.
Do you remember that incident when the plane ran off into the North Sound? Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I don't remember how old I was. I was very young, but I remember that I grew up down Red Bay, so the sailing club is in the North Sound, so you had a perfect angle to look at the end of the runway.
Mm-hmm.
So my parents, this happened in nighttime. I never forget that my parents took me down there. We went down by the sailing club, and the only real memory that I have is I remember seeing the light from the plane was still shining on the Sir Turtle logo on the tail.
Okay.
And I saw like the tail was like pitched up in the air, I guess because the front of the plane was obviously in the water, and that's all I remember from it. I remember going to school and talking about it.
I remember being in my uncle's house and my uncle came on like fucking Superman. I didn't know he was an auxiliary special constable. Like I didn't know he had that uniform. Like he came on, he's like, we gotta go. And I was like, oh shit, man. I was a kid, but it was like watching your idol, your hero, like go and save the world. It's like what happened is like Cayman Airways had to run off the runway or whatever. But Cayman Airways, as we know, has we would say a really good safety record. So I think we get all a little bit passionate and just concerned for our national airline when we hear these things, and we don't want obviously nothing.
And it's obviously
to bring
on
down
any given flight, the chances are there's someone on there that we know, right? This isn't
100%.
This isn't like
we gonna feel it. Yeah.
If you're in Miami, New York, or whatever, you hear emergency landing, you're not thinking about anybody.
Yeah.
It's just
Like flight 1737.
Yeah.
Nah, no.
Cayman Airways is
Like
personal.
KX 105,
Yeah.
KX 10.
That's personal to you.
Yeah, for sure. So we definitely have a lot of faith and trust in those guys over there, guys and ladies, it's inclusive.
Yep.
Shout out to Paul too. Paul Pokey is a mechanic over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just hope the best. We just hope that they can get that situation sorted out because we don't want to see anything obviously happen. And definitely shout out to people who were on the plane as well. I can imagine what they were. I remember I was on a boarded landing one time and the woman started hyperventilating next to me, and it was like, we fine, we gonna land. It just we got to go back up in circle. And she started losing her shit. So I couldn't imagine.
That's back to what I was saying, right? Yeah. Once you have that fear, it doesn't matter. If something does not go according to plan, you immediately think the worst.
Oh, for sure, because that's us. We know the Miami road.
Yeah.
We know we about to get up. We about to bank left. No.
Yeah.
And I like, right? So
Yeah.
even here too, when we about to land, we know we coming around West Bay. We about to head right a little bit, and we about to do the little loop and come in. And so we were going down, and I guess I forget what it's called. Shout out to Craig. Craig could probably tell me what it is, but they obviously see the approach, and then it's I guess cloud cover, or it just disappears. The runway just goes blank. You can't see.
Oh, from the rain.
From the rain.
Yeah.
So that bad boy was going down. We were descending, and all you heard was, and I just pulled back up.
That's only happened to me one time.
And that woman next to me, she was losing her shit, and I was just like, "Hey, miss, you about to make me lose my shit too. Just chill, like we good. We go to the Brock maybe for like 20 minutes or whatever." But yeah, so we just I guess we just hope all the best when it comes to Cal, and we can get that situation sorted. Mr. Fabian Worms, whole team over there. Shout out to Miss Olivia, the PR. And that was a good point I think Sandra raised too, is like when this situation comes up, no, we don't want to see press releases. You probably need to get someone to come out and just talk.
Yeah.
I think that would go a long way in terms of helping people to alleviate the fears and concerns that they may have. And you just came off this sale too, right? Come off the sale, give us a little extra week maybe.
And it's also, I mean,
Why, Keisha? I'm doing it for you and me, Keisha.
well, you see,
cheap tickets.
And the bigger problem
They
is
about
that,
charge you for the
know,
repair now of the flight that they got to take out the air.
better go
people
some
are
more. extra
extra sensitive now, especially since I guess late last year into this year, about anything going wrong with planes because of all the any incident that happens now. TMZ is covering with these Boeing planes because there's a kind of it's kind of like a it gets the clicks now, right? So you've been reading all the news about these planes having incidents. So in your mind, you're conditioned to start thinking about incidents, and then once one happens close to your home base, now you have a more heightened elevation of worry.
Makisha told me I shouldn't ask for the cheap ticket, so let me just chill.
Because they're not giving you no cheap ticket.
They can explain it one more week. Chill, come on. Monica, how are you?
I'm not saying anything.
Why? Why not, Monica?
I'm waiting for you to move on to the next topic.
Oh, she don't fuck with. Oh, you got beef with Cayman Airways? All right, cool. All right.
No,
I'm
beef.
just playing.
The opposite.
I'm just playing. I guess a sad case, but also I guess good news. The cold case murder, cold case murder.
Yeah.
27 years. A person's been arrested in connection with the case in the Cayman Rock, where a young mother was hit by a vehicle. There was a legend that she was obviously, I guess, by the information at the time, that she was hit more than once. Yeah, so that's definitely not a hit and run, so to speak. There's been rumors, obviously, in the community for years of who did it. And Compass actually ran a series, I want to say maybe a year or two ago, where they were looking at cold cases from murders, shootings, gang shootings, and they also covered this one. And I guess since then, people have come forward with new information, and they've just been able to. I heard on the streets, I don't know if it's how true it is, but there might be some DNA evidence as well. That was now sent off because you didn't have that luxury maybe back then. And now you have someone who's arrested for it. So hopefully that's going to bring some type of closure to a story that's been living for, over 25 years. Chris, I see the head is working.
Well, no, I was just thinking, the guy is 76 years old now. I mean, what kind of real meaningful prison sentence can you give out to someone who's literally on the way out?
Do people care?
I don't know.
What, you mean her children care?
No, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, care.
I'm saying,
do people care that it won't be, as long as he gets something, I think is what he's saying.
I think that justice is always going to provide closure for the families, right? Like, even if it's he's a couple of years in jail and then he's gone, they still get that justice and satisfaction. I mean, I don't know if you ever would get closure from that, but it's something. Yeah,
because you can't bring her back, but it may make you feel a little bit better. Speaking of his age, they say they got him the day after his birthday. Like,
oh my gosh. I mean,
like, let him have his birthday and then knock on the door.
That's what you shake my head.
Because at least he's not going to die getting away with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Especially if you're in a small community like the Brock, where people kind of know and talk. It must have been extremely difficult to see that person up in, you know what I'm saying?
I was told that
up in
it was a case where pretty much everyone knew who did it, but the evidence wasn't there to arrest and convict. I mean, I was told that from someone from the BRAC.
Yeah.
So it was kind of one of those cases, I guess, maybe similar to here. I try to make the analogy to where you may have a shooting or some kind of incident, and everyone kind of like knows who did it, but
can't tie it to the person.
The evidence isn't there to actually make an arrest.
Well, I hope these.
And the BRAC, I can see it's a dangerous place to be walking at. I've driven there and stuff, and especially like in the BRAC when there's limited things to do. Obviously, a lot of people are drinking. I'm sure there's a lot of drunk driving going on in the BRAC.
We need to be careful about what we're saying about the BRAC.
I mean, it's
there's a Walton in the room. It may not sound like one.
But, I mean, just saying, like...
My first trip there, that's what they told me, only 3 things to do in the BRAC, so...
a lot of people are drinking.
Saying what you're saying is true.
Drink, and...
Yeah.
It begins with an F, too, though. Yeah.
So, I mean...
Fishing?
Yeah.
So, like, it's it's unfortunate. And I remember there was, I think, was it a nurse that got hit as well a couple of years ago and died in the BRAC?
I don't recall.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. So it's unfortunate. But and the streets don't have all the best lighting in the BRAC kind of thing as well.
Do they still wave in the BRAC?
Yeah, all the time.
That shit cracks me up.
Yeah. No, they wave in the BRAC too.
Oh.
I got tired one day. I was driving. I was like, "Yo, all right, people, just let me."
Yeah, man. Little Cayman.
Maybe in the yard, they just pull out the wave. I'm like, I'm not about to wave to
everyone too. Everybody.
No, yeah, I know.
I don't wave.
Everybody. You don't wave?
That's the England in her.
But
That's the
yeah, yeah. That's the stuck-up British of me.
Oh no, yeah. It shocked me the first time. Like I actually went there as like an adult. I was just driving, and this random people just walking. Just
it's
it was like the first like 3 people. I was like, "What's wrong with them?" And then after, I was like, "Oh, this is actually like
it's a thing.
it's a thing."
Yeah, that's like Get Out vibes to me though. It's like
Yeah,
if I
but
if I
what's
break
going
down, like
Yeah.
we have come in
I
our
still-
house. We
I'm
take
here
care of
now
it.
talking about other people.
I still craving for some Star Island donuts.
I was gonna say the food of the Brock is fire.
So good.
Will you go over there since you on your trip here or no?
No, my
Nigga?
sister's good. So my sister's here. So she's going to the Brack on Friday, but I want to go, but I've got to work.
Oh, okay.
one of my friends just moved there.
That poor person. Is there,
So-
are they okay?
Oh, I mean, like
Why would they do that to themselves?
because his
People
part-
leave the Brock, though.
Oh, I know
his-
who you're talking about.
his partner, I guess, is kind of from the Brock, and then she took a job there,
Talking about
and then
this one.
I guess he
He had no choice. He married.
well, they're not married, but that was
Stay strong.
won't
Stay strong.
do,
That was the
do
deal.
for
It's
love.
good fun.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Just
fun.
just check on your peoples.
The
Okay?
Barracudas.
The Brock's good fun.
She's-
Got
It's bar-
Esperanzas.
I mean,
what's
it's
the
good-
other?
it's-
What's the other one there?
It's good fun for like 2 days.
What's the
He
other
got
bar
Tiger
there?
Eye. What Tiger B?
Tiger
Hear that one over there?
Pirates.
Buses.
something.
Hear that one over
Buses.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You say you know about Tiger Bay?
you know.
All right, Keith.
What's the burger place called?
Brock Snack Shop?
Yeah.
there you see. Oh,
I may
can
have
wear
been
one of
there
them
once or
right now.
twice. But check on your friend, all right? Because we need to support our friends. So
Yeah.
make sure you do that, all right? Because that's not easy.
Make sure he doesn't get depressed.
Yeah.
To the Brock, relax. You act like he gone to London. He's going to the
Wow.
Brock.
It wouldn't be bad if he went to London.
He'd have a lot more to do.
He gonna be on the flight next week. Going to cost coming to cost you less. That
Y'all
that
are
will
so
that will change you.
Look at
That will
Xavier.
yo. I never get you to know going to the Brock and I smelled KFC on the plane. I was like, y'all have never smelled KFC on the plane before. They were taking a bucket of chicken, and I'm like,
Yeah, that's a fact.
KFC, it's like gold over there. Like,
KFC or Popeyes?
If I
yeah.
live on the sister islands, I have to come home on the weekends.
see,
See
there
there?
you go.
Why you couldn't just
But
stay
no,
full
but
time?
that's because I'm exposed to the mainland.
And this
so,
person is too. He's
well, he needs to sort it out.
his wife is so selfish.
He needs
Oh,
to sort it out.
it's a joke, by the way. 'cause
No,
I'm
we know.
chill.
I know.
Yeah, because
He talking to the listeners. Like,
No, well, if we be in real education, better over there. So, like,
well,
I would do that.
I
would do
think
that
that
for
was
kids.
a part of it
Yeah, I
too,
would do that
right?
for
Was
kids,
that
yeah.
the smaller classrooms? I think over there is probably less opportunity to get involved
into
in,
shit,
in
yeah.
bad crowds, and also you'll know everything that happens because it's a small community.
community.
people talking business.
So I think
Look
I
at
think
Big Face.
No, I mean,
true.
imagine how we are in Grand Cayman now. And you went to Cayman Brock.
let me tell you a story.
All right, let me hold on, pause real quick. When we flew into the Brock for events and youth stuff or whatever, the word like got around. Like people would show up and be like, "Yeah, I heard you guys are here," or I would
That's a
so
thing.
and so, and don't bring new people because it's like fresh meat to the island. So it's like, yo, who this girl? I saw that girl. Yo, like, so I can imagine a smaller market ain't doing shit. They don't have no traffic, so they don't have no traffic, right? You don't go no place. You can't go shopping. Ain't nothing to do but sit on and fucking talk. So
See, they know.
they be knowing
I-
this
Everybody
shit.
knows everyone's business. Yeah.
Yeah.
When
No,
the-
I not gonna say. No, I not gonna say what I want to say.
When the Honda Fit cross, yeah, Chris go on buses.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I've heard stories like that before.
So-
like they know you in like yeah.
So raising a child over there, I think you
Has his perks. You get a new school too.
You definitely
New school coming.
New school too. Yeah, coming soon.
Pool, track.
Yeah.
everything.
It's for a specific, it's a specific type of person that, like my aunt lives on the Bragg. She loves it, but, she's in her 50s and
I would love it too in my 50s.
Yeah, that's
and
what
she
she's
comes to
saying.
Grand Cayman and she's like, I don't like it here, it's too busy.
What's that little kind of aloof guy, the artist guy, Foot something? They
Oh,
call
yeah,
him?
Foots.
Foots.
The
Yeah,
artist, yeah.
yeah.
around as
He's
well?
he's a little interesting.
His house is interesting.
Yeah, his house is cool,
Go check out his house. Yeah.
but he's a character.
Most of them are.
Most bra- yo, thank
I
you.
can
Monica
say that
can
'cause I'm from
say
the
it.
Bragg.
Yo, when I actually saw number one in person, I was like, that is
One from the
not.
Brock. Who you thought it was.
That is not what I expect him to look like.
Yeah.
A tall white dude. I was like, what?
Number one from the Brock. It wasn't a talk today's show if he didn't call.
No, boy.
And the guy with the boat suit that does the Raymond?
Captain Raymond.
Captain Raymond.
There is a 75-foot oil vessel off the South Oars, 50 miles crossing. I've asked them to blow their horns.
75 souls on board.
Chris.
Did you see the year that they did it at Rundown?
Yeah.
That was a great year.
That should be happening soon. Now, what's happening?
Yes.
Yeah, they were rehearsing for it now.
Yeah, I saw they doing casting. And
We
stuff
should go
now.
together, guys.
No, we don't.
Don't make me go by myself
we don't
again.
We don't go out in public together.
Oh wow. I quit.
So real quick. Speaking of quitting, yeah, it's a joke.
Quitting time.
Roy McTaggart.
I knew that where you were going with it.
See catching the little segues there. Roy McTaggart, I think, doing something for the party, stepping down. Announced that Joey Hughes is going to be the new leader of the Progressives and taking charge in 2025 for the next election.
What was the reason?
We don't know for sure. I know.
Hold on. Let's go back to the yeah. Tell us about your sources. Go ahead. Yeah.
I know that there was a little bit of controversy in the party because they have a section of their constitution where if someone wants to challenge the leadership, they have a way of initiating that. Mm-hmm. Joey wanted to do this to initiate this years prior. And
damn, Chris, the T?
So it's like a vote of no confidence.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but it's you are challenging the leadership to say that, you want to be leader.
That's kind of blasphemous.
Right? And he was, was like told, this is not your time yet. Your time will come. Just wait.
Sounds like some kind of like guerrilla pack.
So,
vibe.
it was a little unconstitutional, some would say, because it's like, why have these rules if you're not willing to
let them
go?
Yeah.
So I don't know if he initiated that again or if they're like, okay, now it's your time because you waited or whatever. I don't know, but he's and plus, he was going to be next in line as being the deputy and stuff. And Roy is getting a little bit up there in age. So I don't know if he wants to actually continue or not.
It's a win-win. Embrace it. And I think this is the problem that the UDP had, 10, 15 years ago when they didn't embrace young leadership.
I will say Roy is very popular though with the business crowd and stuff. I mean, he's got a lot of ins and he's very well respected.
You still keep him. He's gonna run again in Red Bay. Sorry, not Red Bay. Georgetown East,
and he wins by large margins.
Yeah, so he's safe. He's good. This is your opportunity now to speak to a different demographic. Obviously, he lost the last election because he didn't win the majority. That's another thing with UK politics and other different groups as well. When the leader that you have at the time doesn't win, you normally will sort of do a reshuffle.
Shuffle.
Yeah, so
seems like they want someone young and fresh with new ideas to like lead the party.
And even if they don't have new ideas, it's just that he's
it's a good look.
It's a good look, and you still have the experience of the elders and the people who were behind the scenes. So I don't know. I saw it and thought about
Could it be? So let me play a little bit political devil's advocate here now.
Chris is the advocate. Okay.
This is not my actual opinion. This is just me voicing
views of this.
Because I know people will run with this and whatever. All right. So let's just say I am the chairman of the Progressives, right? I'm looking at Mr. McTaggart, and obviously he's like he's a little bit more of he's Caymanian white, right? And probably the vast majority of voters may not relate to him as much as they would a Joey Hugh. He's a little bit more blue collar-ish. He's played football with the boys, all that kind of stuff. 100%. Hangs out at his family owns a very well loved,
very popular establishment that we all frequent.
A beloved establishment that's catered to locals for quite a long time. So could that be a play as well?
So wait, did Roy resign?
We don't know. We just know that
he just did an announcement.
It's just it's a stepping aside. He's still a part of the party. He's still going to run. Yeah, he's still progressive. It's just that he's now
But they should
relinquishing
be transparent
leadership
about that.
Yeah, and I'm sure more will come out because they do plan to say they're going to run 19 persons, hopefully.
They're going to run 19?
I think I saw that, in the release that they want to run 19.
That's
ambitious, right?
Is that all the constitutions? 19 constitutions?
Constituency, sorry. Yeah, 19 now. 19?
Yo,
Yeah, 19.
that is breaking the bank. They got cash flowing.
Yeah. So now, like you said, I think it's a strategic move, and it does open you up now to different audiences, and you know that you still have the business community behind you as well, right? So go
because Joey's been involved.
Go get the football. Go get the football man now. So yeah. So it'd be interesting to see what the other parties do now too. The other groups that are forming.
Well, there are no other parties right now, right?
There's another group that's forming. That's the word on the street.
Okay.
So you can only imagine now as we get closer to the election in 2025 that we'll see more and more of these sort of plays start to be announced and come out. One thing I want to discuss too is that government announced that they're going to do the route for the east to west arterial. There are 4 different options. It's been in the compass. It's on the website. You can look at the different routes, but they chose route B3. And CNS has reported that Honorable Kenneth Bryan and Chris Saunders have, basically said, listen, we're about to open this road up because it does give us access to green spaces.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I thought this is what we wanted. We wanted them to be more transparent and say this is what it was.
No, but I mean, like, how do you feel about the not them saying it, but the actual action happening? That they're gonna, the whole purpose of them choosing a route was specifically for commercial, unlocking land.
Fam, I play The Sims, okay? I know what it does.
Your little school gonna go up, your little fire truck gonna start going around.
If you doing it, you might as well look and see what's the most efficient use of the line of the area. And we have some people I know. Shout outs to Heather. They're gonna kill me for this. Environmental talk.
She's telling you to shut up right now.
Right now, she's cussing at the phone. But nah, if we have to do the road, then we have to see what's reasonable. In terms of obviously not affecting the wetlands and
but they are going
reserves. Yeah, but
at the end of the day,
what has the least I guess the minimal impact?
Are they okay? I know you say that.
Well, if you look at Route B4, that shit was really bad. That shit is just like next to the main road now currently. So that wasn't even I would say cut and cross the, what I'm saying, cut and cross the area that's in question that everybody's concerned about. I wanted to understand a little bit better. Sustainable Cayman, for example, what route were they recommending? I'm assuming it's probably something like B4.
Were they recommending a route, or were they just saying that?
No, I think they did say they said it was alternative routes, so we have to be careful.
And obviously, the idea of having a raised highway, they didn't want because it would limit the amount of unlocking of land that they could do.
Yes. Sorry, the government side, yeah.
Which is a little. I'm still uneasy about that, but obviously people are going to say that it's going to create opportunities to not drive into town, create opportunities for people to travel not as far to get to work.
The port have been doing their planning sessions and looking at the future and looking at their proposed cargo ports that they want to do, and they were talking about populations being prepared for 250. In the year 2074, I want to say.
That's not unrealistic.
No, it's not. But again, where they gonna go? So you do need to open up these green spaces.
Oh God.
Sorry. Go ahead, Heather.
I mean, there's a lot of land out there, but
that's what I'm saying, and it's in Bordentown and East End.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is a lot of land out there, but I don't know, man. I still got my John Dutton mindset.
No development.
Yeah, I mean, I feel it, but I don't know. It's just. Anyways, we're gonna. I don't want to.
I think as the months kind of.
I'm just gonna say I'm not the biggest fan. I did not like them just saying that we are purposefully doing this just for development.
But I thought you wanted them to be honest, because we were saying before that people would just use this road as an excuse for traffic, but it's not just traffic.
I appreciate their transparency. That's not my issue.
Yo, you can't please people.
Okay, just because you are honest doesn't mean I have to like what you say.
No, but you wanted me to be honest, and now I'm honest. Now you're upset at me for being honest.
Well, I mean, I could make a very relatable analogy to this, but I won't.
Nah, go ahead. Let's
Would
go.
you rather be upset and not know?
For them to say, we just want to help you with traffic, Bordentowners.
No.
Nah, I want to throw a gas station right here because my father owns this land next to it. And it's going to build my property value up. And I'm throwing a 5-story hotel on that.
Oh gosh.
Sorry. Yeah. But I'm making
Is that
jokes,
what's
but
happening? Oh.
It's a matter of time. It's gonna happen. It's gonna.
They want to develop the land, you know. But I did see Chris Saunders said he wants to make it accessible only to Caymanians.
Yeah, that's a pipe.
That sound about right.
Yeah.
That's a pipe dream. That's a pipe dream. Though. People are seeing mine talking about all these stamp duty waivers and all this third
For
properties.
who? For us or for them?
Nah, when he first ran, he was talking about no stamp duty. Remember that?
Yeah, and that
All shit, he got
hasn't
in,
happened
I
yet.
went quiet.
Well, he also is not in.
He's a seller of
Our-
hope dreams.
No, man.
You take some. You take some.
Didn't he cross the floor?
He came back to form a new government, no?
No, he did.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he didn't?
That's
He's
what I'm
still-
saying.
He's
no,
some. He's some. No,
Oh, okay.
Sits in the corner. He did. I think he in Ezra corner.
The southeast corner.
So,
Fuck.
sorry, that was a well known.
It's been so long.
Sorry. All right, we sad. We depressed. It's time to get some food.
It is.
From where?
I feel like we need to finish on a high
Subway.
note.
We always try to talk about food, and Victor hates talking about food on the show for whatever
No,
fucking
no,
reason.
can we
No,
get-
shut up! You always say, "Oh, we're talking about food now." Victor, D-Bert, take us out
So
every time. Oh, we're talking about food now. D-Bert, take us out.
he getting ready to
Where,
be
you,
in
where,
just
do you,
now.
where would you go?
He told me shut
I'm
up.
supposed to be meeting my sister at Miss Piper's. Is it good? What do you like Miss Piper's?
All right, so you not been here in a while. We gotta take care of you.
I don't even know like where to go anymore. What
Your
to
UK
do.
side is coming up.
I know. My aunt was like, "Yo, take them to Mango Tree or like Wellies."
We normally go corners.
No, you go corners.
Okay, that's true.
I actually had jerk chicken from corners on Saturday. That shit is fun.
Where's the last time?
Oh, from corners. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Sorry.
Speaking of jerk chicken, that barbecue hut in town,
Yeah, man, fire.
I'm sorry
Can't even get
to
it.
my constituency. I'm sorry. I was loyal to you for a long time. You had a great run.
You leaving Andre?
I love you.
You leaving Andre?
I love you.
You leaving Andre?
I love you. But that barbecue jerk chicken hut.
It's not you, it's me.
Yo, them fritters. I don't know what the hell they put in the festival, right?
Where?
But
Where? Put me on.
We'll talk.
waterfront.
Real
Anyway,
quick, let me
sorry.
ask you real quick.
Amazing.
Since we're here, what is your favorite struggle meal? Favorite broke meal before payday?
Oh, cornmeal and rice.
Corned
corned beef and rice.
See, I don't think that's a broke meal.
It is.
That's like-
Yeah, that's a broke meal.
No,
That's like
well,
luxury,
because the tin of corned beef is like almost $10.
Oh, at this point,
broke
yeah,
meal?
no, it's not.
Yeah.
Just some toast and peanut butter.
Okay, fine.
That's
Sausage
broke.
and beans.
Still, like,
Sausage and beans.
just toast on its own.
Because you always.
Yeah, you hungry
peanut
or
butter
just
out
grab
the
some
jar.
toast? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I do that for a snack. I always keep a little PB&J around.
Slice up a banana, throw it in there.
Payday about 6 days away. Hungry.
I don't eat ramen, but I know people keep that on deck to
I'm a
have.
full ramen girl, but then Cayman Mile Road posted something about how ramen's really bad for you.
Nah,
And I mean, I
hold-
know it's not good for you,
when we talk ramen,
but
we
it was
talk,
like ramen's gonna kill you, and I was like, oh.
we talking about a little styrofoam cup.
Either or.
Yeah, no, but like you can get them in the packet.
Yeah.
But are you
I
like?
talking about both, either or. Because they have a
No,
No, you
selection
can
of
get the
them.
packet one. The one in the part the styrofoam cups are not good.
Yeah.
No, but people like shout out to Kia.
Oh, styrofoam in a microwave is never good, is it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
People
you
talk
taste
about
it.
the ramen, but they do like they add shrimp, chicken, and they be.
Oh,
seasoning
that
up
the one in the
peppers and-
pocket.
You can,
Yeah.
like,
No, I'm saying
like
they
fancy
use it
it
as one piece of it, but they still making ingredients and chopping up and adding and making.
No, but those are things you have around your house. You have lemon in your house. Yeah. You have seasoning in your house.
I said we were broke, Keisha.
mean,
well,
you
you
just-
are
I'm just-
using the ingredients in your house.
I mean, if you came
But I
on,
don't call it a broke meal
got
though, if
limes.
you're adding shrimp and chicken to a ramen thing.
You're adding things that you have in your house.
Okay.
just adding all the leftovers. and
Like,
shoving it in
Okay.
your
yeah,
mouth.
it's
Okay,
a
okay.
pantry clean out. That's what you're doing.
Pantry clean. Okay.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
you follow me on Instagram, you would see that
I'm gonna
See?
follow you right now. I'm gonna follow you right now.
I've
Okay.
done like 3 of them.
All right. But, all right. I
But
go
we're
take
not letting you
back.
go to Miss Piper's. All right.
I go
Sorry.
take back corned beef and
You
rice
wanna
then
tell
and
everyone
give
your
you
Instagram,
sausage
sorry?
and beans. Go ahead.
The what?
You want to tell everyone your Instagram?
Oh yeah, so it's just Monica Walton and then underscore at the bottom. At the bottom, at the end.
At the bottom, at the end.
At the bottom. And then this is Cayman TV as well.
Oh yeah, I won't follow that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do need to. I know someone had said about putting more local stuff on there, and I do need to. So if anyone has, any like advice or ideas, DM me, at me.
You'll show up.
I'll show up.
Knocking on doors.
I'll knock down.
Running from dogs.
I'm waiting outside my keeper's house right now.
Yeah. Sounds good.
We waiting for the peace at
It's
Wellis.
been really, really cool.
No worries, man. Always welcome. We're gonna come to the UK and do our TV show, me and Chris.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna be there.
Two brothers in London.
I'm supposed to be there in a couple months.
See, there you go. Let's save on the airfare. Let's go to here. Keisha, final comments.
None that I could think of. Get registered to vote, guys.
Oh, good one. I see you over there.
You ready?
My girl, get registered. Now
Are
you can tell everybody.
Are you
register.
excited to vote?
Me?
Yeah.
You mean if I vote? Because if your government go on with this foolishness, I would keep my vote. Look at his face.
No,
that was a bad high five.
Yeah,
I
it
know.
was.
I was trying to get that hand. I don't know why she chose the worst hand, the worst angle possible.
Because you didn't put it over here.
I was like right there, bro. Just see how
better.
easy
Yeah,
that was.
good. That was good.
She's over here picking the worst angle.
But a great point though, because the referendum will be before the end of the year. You have to take at least 3 months to register, so please don't miss the window. If you do want to be heard,
So where are you
need
flying out
register
to?
vote. For the referendum?
Cayman Airways.
Were you flying out till you gonna be in Miami?
I gotta figure out my vote. If I gotta vote man on the referendum.
You can probably do early mail in and then fly out.
When they drop the question, I can know how I'm gonna
Why
vote.
are you leaving?
He's joking.
Oh.
it's a
Because
public holiday.
everybody uses the extra vacation day to travel, and they don't vote.
This is her first time voting. Now
She don't understand.
We
She
don't
don't
break you
understand.
too, man. Don't worry.
She don't understand.
We got you, man. Say less.
But if you do want to travel, if they have like the mobile voting or the mail-in ballot, use that, please. At least cast in something.
And
Hopefully,
but also to just at least register. You may not vote come the day of elections, not the referendum, the elections, but at least you want to have that option because you don't want something to hit you and then you go down there a week before and it's like sorry, you can't. So and then don't use that excuse about jury duty. Get over that.
No,
people.
like what I tell people, like if you get in trouble, wouldn't you want your peers to be judging you? I don't want that old woman who have these years of, I don't know, she gonna be so harsh on me. She could be like, you whore or whatever. And put you away.
What would you be on trial for to be called a whore?
No, not me.
She was
just.
No, but
I just
that's
being
like the
facetious,
example you came up, so that's
as
kind of
you
like
like to
projecting
say.
it out there. You know, you're thinking.
For sure. Well, I was trying to say that older women can sometimes be harder on us, but just older people in general.
But you want to jump out so and so window?
Right there.
What are you doing by your yard anyway?
Yeah.
Cardboard in the back of the
So
truck.
yeah,
You should have said your prayers and been in bed long time.
I would much rather have like you and Vic and Monica on my jury.
Oh, I'm
you know,
guilting your ass.
I know.
Yeah.
You sending me to jail. I know.
Judge. We don't need
But
to make
at
no
least
more
you could
evidence.
understand my plea. Like you could.
50, she did that shit. Keisha did that shit.
So yeah, guys, get registered
To
vote.
any final comments, Chris? What we got here? We got.
I don't. I was gonna go in a referendum, but I don't want to go in that.
What do you mean going on it?
Well, I was gonna encourage people to
Like get educated about it.
No, to vote no.
no.
Oh.
And I'm not just saying that just out of nothing.
We know where you're coming from. Yeah.
Well, you know, but I got to have the wider audience to. Let me just explain why I'm saying vote no. The reason I'm saying vote no is because the government has come out and said this is a referendum, not to make a decision, but to be informed. And I find that to be quite dangerous because if the referendum does come out and say yes, what are you voting for? You're voting for the idea of a cruise port,
But
but then where and what kind of cruise port is it going to be that you're voting on? How much do they actually have to dredge? How much do they actually have to build? What are the commercial plans for that? We have no idea. So if they say they're just taking this as advice, but then go ahead and start making plans based on that vote, it's going to be hard to counter argue and say, well, that's not what we voted on. You're just going to be like, well, the majority said yes, so this is what we're going to do. So if you don't know what you're voting on, I would strongly suggest to vote no. Okay. And on top of that, I have my bias. I don't want to see no more cruise ships anyway. So
he's committed. He's consistent. Yeah, I'll give it to him.
I want to save the coral.
You don't even want to see what the question is first?
No, I want our coral to be okay. It's been true enough.
But
mashing up and thing.
Would you be okay
Mashing up
with
and
it
thing.
being somewhere else, or you don't want no port?
Brethren, like,
East End.
at the end of the day, like, you know, Monica brought up the point that we are a luxury destination. I think we'll do fine without cruise ships.
Without Carnival cruises.
People that come here on the airplanes, they come in here with some money. They come in here to spend.
That's fair.
Okay.
You know, do you remember how nice life was during COVID when we had no cruise ships?
My mama still talk about that to this day.
It was beautiful. Life was great.
And our country was broke.
Were we? The
Well-
same country that, we have GDP up.
That's an average.
Our GDP up to like $80,000 now.
Shit. I know we're not feeling that. Yo, follow us on socials, guys. That's at Paul Link up on IG. Twitter is dead, but you can join the Telegram group chat. For those of you in the car, sitting in traffic, cleaning up the house, passing time at work, we hope you enjoyed listening to this as much as we enjoyed making this for you. Keep us in your thoughts. Keep us in your prayers. Keep spreading this thing around. Enjoy your week out there. Be blessed. Stay safe. And hopefully, we'll be back together at the same time, same place next week. Mr. Link Up.